We're going with how it is.
All right.
Yeah, I learned to stay strong. Concrete in the dirt I was raised on. Know how to put in work. Grinding all day, you know it's game on. My skin is thick, yeah, it's tough. Running, yeah, we stay alive. Ain't gotta look nowhere else. All of this greatness inside.
Oh. What episode, Dave? You're always good with keeping up with episodes.
This is episode 15.
Yeah, because you were right last week.
Yeah, I know.
I was dead wrong.
I smiled when you sent me the text.
I know. We're sitting here with Sammy Muslia. I'll get slapped later or corrected again. I can't get anybody's last name.
Oh,
right.
it's going to be corrected again.
Yeah,
Muslia. Get it right again.
No, I will.
you get it
Muslia.
now.
What's
You
this?
said it. You just said it.
Muslia.
Muslia.
Wow, you're already
See,
There we go.
quick learner.
I will on some things. Others, not so much.
Hey, I get it.
So Sammy here, for me, I know through different friends and fellowships and things of that nature, Sammy to me is someone who has really cool, simple life hacks. And that's what today's about for me. Now, he doesn't think so. See the hands up and all that? He's like, what the hell am I going to offer on life hacks?
Trust me, you don't want my life hacks.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Nah.
Yeah, because you can you not learn from good or bad?
Yeah.
Now, I don't have to experience it necessarily.
Just do the opposite of what I do. That's the
Yeah.
life hack.
I don't know. You are in the telecom industry. You are a business management executive.
Mobility executive.
Thank you. Say the full business mobility executive.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, so you have, you've built some kind of a reputation. I mean, you work with a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're hands on.
Yeah.
So I mean, you have watch, Dave. Here's a life hack. You come walking in a business.
Yeah.
Okay. You have how long to get their attention?
In 10 seconds.
Okay. What do you use?
Hey, how are you doing today? Oh, great. And then they ask me how I'm doing. I'm absolutely wonderful. I woke up today. they're
And
like,
not
"Oh,
many
great."
say that.
Yeah.
And that's a great way to look at things. You know, that's why I do it.
I think less one-liners for you. I bet you anything that they smell your authenticity. And so I hope. It's not a hope. It will come through in this podcast. Watch. I'm confident. Have I been wrong yet?
No, you've been
Okay.
dead on.
Okay. Even Brandon last week,
Yep.
Dave was like, how long do you think it's going to go? He thought it'd be a little bit shorter. I said, absolutely not. This will be a good.
3 hours and 19 minutes.
No, we're not necessarily looking for all that. It just goes where it goes. But we like to see, I don't care how long it is. All I care about is the quality of. When I feel the quality fading is when I sort of just casually.
Well, just so you know, it's resentments, unrealized expectations. Don't put any expectations.
I have
on
none.
me. Yeah,
I have none.
This might last about 15 minutes.
I love
me.
it. I love it. Good. And I mean, it's almost for me, this thing is becoming like a building block. Episode 15, we'll tie into 14.
I feel special.
Man, 4 months.
Yeah. That's
That
pretty
went quick.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. The guests have been exceptional.
Yeah,
What,
absolutely.
once a week?
Huh?
Once a week?
Once a week. Yeah. And we're going to start doing other stuff. I have shorts in mind, things of that nature.
I
But
can't see you in shorts, but that's okay.
I usually wear shorts.
I know.
Oh, Florida. I mean, come on, man, with this weather. All of a sudden now it was what, 85 yesterday?
Yeah, we
Am
got
I
until the
exaggerating?
25th. It's going to be back up in the 70s.
Okay, I like that. But I mean, the high today was 60.
Yeah.
But then I got to sweating, and so I probably should have wore
Well,
shorts.
Thursday night's getting down to 33 again. So
What's your ethnicity?
Albanian.
Albanian. Do y'all tan well?
Oh, yeah. It's
Okay. Okay. Well, I was the guy in geography.
I'm not whitewashed. I don't turn into a tomato like you do.
I'm Irish.
Hey,
We just burn. We don't tan. We red. We just get red. That's it.
You turn into a tomato.
Yes. Okay. Absolutely. Albanian. Have we? Are y'all allies with us? America. America. Are we?
America?
Are we
I'm an
allies?
American.
I know
Y'all
you're
come
American.
back here. Yeah, well, we're part of NATO.
Oh, I
we're-
fucking hate NATO.
We're in Europe.
Bomb them. Jaybird.
we're in
Jaybird. Boom. I'm kidding. I know
you're
nothing
not.
about.
No, you're not.
No, I am.
No, you're
No,
not.
I
I
am.
know you're not.
No, I am.
Okay,
I have
okay.
no idea.
I know.
I, really, I don't like
you're-
NATO. That I am serious
That's
about
what I'm
that.
talking about.
Oh, you're. Oh, I'm dead. When I say yeah, no, I hate NATO.
All right. Well, basically, it's Southern European.
Yeah.
You know, just basically right above Greece. You know what
Okay.
Greece is?
Okay,
You have
I
any
do.
Idea, you have any idea that you know?
Yes, I'm learning.
You're American, so all
Yeah,
you know is America.
America.
You
It's
know?
America.
There's other parts of the world. You know,
You
it's called
mean
Europe?
past the water that
the
I
other
fish
side
in?
of the pond.
Other pond. Okay, got it. Yeah, geography I hated, and then I went to Episcopal, which is a predominantly high dollar.
The bathroom's over there.
Where?
Episcopal.
Oh my gosh. Episcopal High School in Jacksonville. It's a creme de la creme school.
Yeah.
I didn't come from that background, but it did benefit me. I started playing Risk.
Oh, I love Risk.
Okay.
You got to play Axis and Allies, which is better.
Which one?
Axis and Allies.
Okay, Axis.
Yeah, it's World War.
Okay, tell me
II.
about it.
It's World War II.
No, shut
Yeah,
up.
basically it's German.
Axis and Allies.
Yeah, you know,
I'm all over it.
I'm telling you, we played
You
that.
got a code. You got code names and everything.
Basically,
I mean, are you in there? Can I find you?
No, I don't play online, but it's a board game.
Okay. We should play a board game.
I'll play Risk with you any day you want
No,
to.
but Risk. This
Okay.
game, you buy tanks, planes, soldiers. I'm telling you, it's.
Can I lie to you and ally with him while you think I'm allying with you and backdoor you?
Of course.
Okay, that's
You
all
can
I
do
care
whatever
about.
you
We're
want.
on.
Your objective is to conquer the world.
Right.
You
So
know? All right, Pinky, what are we doing today? Well, we always do.
and you all hand in like your moves at the same time and things of that nature.
Yeah, well, you have an idea what people do, the way
Yeah.
they're building.
Yeah, okay. I like it. I mean, and that's also really good for the mind
Oh, yeah,
as we get older. Strategy is
I
really
play
good.
chess.
Yes. My son is much better chess player than I.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, shut up. I taught him. I was good. I'm good. Now, when you go to Episcopal, there's something. So, I mean, yeah, I played football and all that stuff, but you had to have, there was free time. And because they treat it like a college. So you would go to a class and then you would be off for a class.
Really?
And, oh, yeah. No, you pick your classes and you do trimesters. And we didn't have. So, like, I would pick my classes and I would have like back to back open. And I would go with all the real intelligent people, the NEs that we learned the other day from Brandon, nerds.
The educated ones.
Well, it's the NE. It's the N word for the nerds. They don't want to be called nerds, so we call them NEs because I'm not. You got to watch the episode last week. It'll explain it all. Anyways, so I would go play chess with them, and I was decent at it, but they're really good. I mean, these are 7th and 8th graders, and I'm this junior, and then senior. I played both years, and because I took Latin with them. I mean, I'm like a junior sitting in a 7th grade Latin class and getting my ass kicked. I mean, dude, it's not funny. I mean, all these little kids.
Well, some of them kids' brains are just unbelievable.
Episcopal is a it's there for academics. And other sports have gotten much better over the years. But, I had a work scholarship there, so I certainly couldn't afford all that. But I got into Risk. Well, they were really honest NEs. And
Nerds.
yes, nerds.
Yeah.
And so am I.
I'm a nerd. I'm a
I'm a
I'm
nerd.
a dork. I'm a
How many times
geek.
I say
Trust
it?
me,
All the time.
I'm a nerd. I'm a dork. I'm a geek. I'm
He
a
walks
cornball.
around telling everybody when he does his little funny things in there. He's like, I'm a dork. I just walk around
Yeah, me too.
cutting up.
I walk in the store sometimes, or one of my stores, and
I'm
I
undercover though. We can't tell anybody.
Okay, good. Hey, me too. Thanks to Episcopal. Episcopal taught me a lot. They taught me how to dress up all right, how to present myself, how to. But anyways, they also taught me Risk, and I fell in love. Now we would make a move. I think once a day, once every, or like Monday, Wednesday, and whenever our classes would circle back around, and they got to where I got banned. Because I was lying to everybody and I was hustling everybody and I was taking over. The game was like over and and so then they all would turn on me in the end.
No.
That's why I like Survivor. Would you do good?
Oh, I'd survive.
Yeah,
Dude,
I
I'm
would
a
not.
survivor. Trust me, I'm a survivor.
Okay, I'm a survivor, but I don't think I would make it on Survivor.
Oh, I'm.
Do you think, Dave?
I don't
Trust
know.
me, I'm a master manipulator. I'm a conniver. I'm a cheat. I'm honest at the same time. You don't know if I'm coming or going. Just it's just living on the streets of New York.
You would make it on Survivor, but a show like Naked and Afraid, where they had to eat weird things, and
I'm not
stuff,
doing
you
that.
couldn't do it.
I'm not eating
You
things.
couldn't do it.
No, I can't even.
Neither could I. That I couldn't do.
Yeah, I'm not. So you brought up New York. So is that hometown for you, home
Brooklyn, New
base?
York.
So Brooklyn, New York. My first Brooklyn, New York guy on All About the Grind. This is pretty cool for me. I mean, it's Brooklyn. You know what I mean? Because
Hey, forget about it.
forget about it. Did you have a street like name?
Did I?
Yeah. I mean, do we want to use it? If not, don't.
No. Well, back when I was really young, they used to call me Psycho.
Okay, Sammy the Psycho.
Just Psycho.
Psycho. I like that.
How long you been down here?
Officially 2 years almost.
Not long.
Unofficially about 4.5 years, 5 years.
Yeah.
Does the last name Toto mean anything to you up in Brooklyn?
It's like saying, do you know Bob up in New
I
York?
know. I'm just asking because
It's like saying, Bobby Joe.
My neighbor-
You know, it's Billy Joe Ray.
Yeah, exactly.
And, you
my
know,
neighbor's
Bobby
from
Joe
New
Sue.
Jersey.
Yeah.
His mother is there, and she's 109 years old now, living there.
In
She's
Brooklyn.
she's almost the oldest person in the world.
I mean, that's up there.
Yeah.
Well, what's her key to living to be 109?
Well, there is no key. My grandmother lived to 107.
Really?
This woman, I swear, she would drink Coke every day.
Exactly.
Smoke a pack of cigarettes
Exactly.
a day. Eat half a dozen eggs with a full stick of butter every day. Every day, and this woman lived till she was 107.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that brings in a big idea because that's before they started putting preservatives and everything.
Yeah, true.
Hey, listen, this refined sugar, I'm really starting to really turn on it. It's in everything. So as you begin to look at it,
Yep.
I mean, I got the fluoride out of my toothpaste because I buy toothpaste without fluoride, which is some studies say, I'm not a doctor, do your own research, call your doctor. But some studies say that I've read that
There's a study for
It leads to
pros
dementia.
and there's a study for cons.
It's
not many
what-
cons against this one.
it's funny that you brought
there's-
that up.
There's
Be-
all,
Hang on, watch this. So hang on, go ahead.
Me and my sister were talking today. We found my mom's been more coherent talking on the days that she runs out of her peanut butter cups because she doesn't have all that sugar.
Refined sugar.
Yep.
You can back this thing up. Now,
Oh,
how far, I don't know.
talking about the fluoride.
Yeah. No,
No,
but
sugar is actually bad for you. Yeah, I know.
yeah.
Yeah.
But my
It's not bad. We need it, but
Yeah.
too much of it's no good.
well,
Yeah, we were just talking about that today because she'll eat a bag of peanut butter cups a day.
I could do the same.
I could too. And I did. And I was on every medication. I was on high blood pressure. I was 300 pounds, and I was drinking too. So, I mean, all the calories. We've talked about the other day. I think it was like, I probably drank 4,000 calories a day.
We drank a bottle and a half of Fireball a night, and there's 110 calories per shot.
Sounds normal.
I can't. Yeah.
Sounds normal.
I mean, yeah. And I'm
So what's wrong with
6'3".
that?
I mean, it's
Yeah.
right.
What's wrong with that?
Sammy the Psycho over here. So no, I don't like it. So you started young on the street, or did you have a tight family, Ned? or-
Well, my family, I came from like I said, a normal bad family.
yeah.
You know?
In the Albanian, I mean, like
Well-
traditional Albanian family.
Well, when they first came here, yeah.
So you're first, their first generation.
I was born here. Yeah, I was
Okay,
born
so
first
you were the
generation.
first. They came over.
They migrate. They came over illegally. you
No,
know,
understood.
yeah.
Understood.
Basically what happened was my family's from Kosovo, and my well-educated family.
Yeah.
My grandfather was a judge. My mom was a teacher. Doctors. All educated, very educated. And back then it was communist. They left Kosovo. My dad went
To get away from communism.
yeah. Well, they lived in Paris, where they had my sister, and they were waiting for their green card and all that stuff. And then they migrated to New York.
Well, being educated helped them, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah,
getting
yeah,
higher up in
yeah,
the list,
yeah.
right?
And then
Because that's what we want. We want people that can
absolutely, yeah.
offer something to society.
Mm-hmm.
And look, so keep going.
Look, yeah. That's right.
Oh, keep going.
So then, my basically like 4 months later, I was born. You know, they arrived. I think it was like July. I don't know, somewhere around then, June, July, and then I was born.
And they moved straight to Brooklyn.
No, first upstate New York,
Okay.
and then moved to Brooklyn about 6 months later, and then had my brother at Coney Island Hospital.
Wow.
So I'm the middle child, and we grew up in Flatbush.
Wow. Did you know that who's the older brother to Diaz? Nick Diaz and Nate Diaz, right?
Yeah.
The MMA fighters.
Mhm.
Who's the older one? Nate. It's Nate. Yeah, because Nick fought Conor
Yeah.
McGregor, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Nate. Nate is a triathlete.
Mm-hmm.
Now he also has some outside issues and drugs, and I don't know if it's drugs, but I know there's some issues or potentially. But he is a huge triathlete. He has swam from Alcatraz. He swam that
Really?
Channel?
That channel?
5 different times.
Wow.
He has swum the channel.
So maybe they did survive.
Now this guy's an elite cardio, and that's what it was. It was a documentary on them.
But he didn't have a floaty.
No,
Like
they.
they
I mean,
did on the island.
yeah, no, and yeah, I don't think they made it. I don't think they were. I mean, this man trains. That's all he did from the time he was young.
I'm surprised the shark didn't get him.
But it's like Brazil. I've been in Brazil, and we talked about. I've been in Brazil, and I've seen things fall in the water, and everybody talks about the piranhas.
But that's
They
in
don't-
the Amazon, not in the ocean.
I'm-
That's in the river.
Yeah, but I swam in the Amazon. I mean, I've swam for the Amazon all
Oh yeah,
over.
yeah. If you,
I mean, up the river.
no, the piranhas, they won't eat just anything.
No, once they see blood and the frenzy, but even a little. But anyways, I'm not a scientist, but I know this. You don't just drop in and they start gnawing on you. That's TV.
Yeah.
So your mom and dad come here. What years? So you were
69.
69. So that's a
Long
strong
time ago.
No, but I'm just trying to think of the history of New York back then.
Oh, back then,
It was
I
still
don't
the Wild
remember
Wild
much.
West back then.
It
little
was,
bit.
it had the 70s.
Yeah.
It was crime rampant,
Right.
graffiti everywhere, and
Right.
everything. And then the crack epidemic in
Yep.
in the 80s.
Yep.
And the 90s, it got even worse. With
So
lot
were
of
you in
places.
an Albanian neighborhood?
yeah. Well,
Does it
basically-
truly work? I mean, like New York.
Oh
is it?
yeah. Basically, where I lived, it was pretty much Albanians. It's like
Is it just family telling family where to come live?
friends,
or is it
family,
realtors going, oh,
villagers.
you're Albanian. All the Albanians live over here. I mean, how did they get?
no, it's.
You know?
I honestly, I don't know. All I
Yeah.
just know is like it was close in the community,
Yeah.
very close in the community. It's just
And the Italians, I mean, did you
yeah.
have Italians up and down the street?
Well, we were Coney Island Church, which is more like Kensington, Flatbush, South Flatbush, or was it North Flatbush? I don't remember, but
Right.
it was predominantly Albanian and Puerto Rican.
Okay.
The
Now
Italians.
that's a mix.
yeah. Oh yeah. But you guys said the Albanian community, like we fit in anywhere.
Because you do. You would fit in as Puerto Rican.
Yeah, we could. It's just
Yeah.
we get along with it. It's like with us, our history. It's like perfect example. The Ottoman Empire, right? People think it was the Turks that were fighting the wars. No, what they used to do, the Ottomans, they used to take the babies of Albanians, right, and put them in their military and become pashas and everything and sultans, and we fought pretty much everything. Like the Greek Empire, people don't realize it was Albanians too. It was the Illyrian Empire also. Like we've been a very violent culture. So it's like
To protect yourselves.
yeah, not but 'cause we wanted to conquer.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so it's that mentality. It's
Yeah.
just, it's like, and it's an amazing history. It's like people don't realize how important Albanians were in history.
Yeah.
Like we can date back like 100,000 years, how far back we go, and our language is actually 3 of the oldest languages in the world.
Really?
You have Greek,
Right.
Armenian, and Albanian, which is Illyrian. Those are the 3 oldest languages in the world. We were actually the original Indo-Europeans in Europe.
So, how did you learn all that? Was it handed down to you from generation to generation?
I'm educated.
Gotcha. But I mean,
Yeah,
it wasn't.
yeah.
They don't teach that in college.
No, there's Albanian history. There's plus my
Mom and dad.
mom, dad, and history, and I read books and
Yeah.
from other professors and so on and so
Yeah.
forth. Just I wanted to find out about my culture.
Yeah.
I'm an American 100%
Right.
through and through, but
Yeah, but
my
it's good
culture's
to-
important. Yeah.
Absolutely. because I've just recently found out I was Irish. Now I knew it inside. It was
you
really,
look Irish.
it was
100%
really
you look Irish.
well. My wife always said I was more European, and they would joke with me and say I was a born European, just somewhere in England or something like that. And I'm like, before they had the DNA and all that, I would do Blankenship, which I always thought was German, and I started doing because I took Latin at Episcopal, and I started breaking the word down, and I would tell Don Marie, because I'm pretty good about just redneck drilling down on the internet, and I would tell Don Marie, I'd be like, I'm telling you, I'm from Ireland. No, you're not, Brett. You're from, and she would show me something. I go, no, and I would send her a couple links, and she just swore over and over. So then eventually, her and my brother got the
Ancestry.
blood,
Ancestry.
yeah, which I was adamantly against.
Oh, yeah, of course. Now they have the DNA, and they're going under.
Well, you know
business
who
and
owns it now. I mean, oh my gosh. So, I mean, they now know your search history and your DNA, can tie it all in. They can make me do anything. There's probably another Brett being cloned somewhere.
Oh, here we go. You sound like my brother, Mr. Conspiracy Theorist.
Okay. We'll get to that. Oh, yes, we will. I guess we will.
Dude,
I guess we will.
like flat
'Cause
Earth and all. What?
No.
No,
I just got simple questions.
Okay.
I just have some questions.
All right. Yeah, I'm
That's
sure
it,
you
that's
do.
it.
I'm sure you do.
That's it. And it's not about flat Earth or none of that stuff. I just have
Then-
questions.
You want to go down that rabbit hole? Huh?
Well, I mean, when you have the government abusing the way the U.S. aid has, and I mean, have you been following any of that?
Of course I have.
Okay. I mean,
Of course.
I'm just vaguely, but I mean, the abuses.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now, do you know who is actually behind Elon Musk doing the research? Y'all are gonna die. You can look this up. It's a 19-year-old young man.
Oh yeah. He's
a genius.
Yeah, he's a computer genius.
He's
yeah.
a computer genius,
Yeah.
and he is grinding this government. It's hilarious. And I mean, we were sending 178 million a month. 50 to 80 of that million was undocumented cash money to Pakistan. For what? You know what I mean? And so they are just shredding. They're cutting whole
absolutely.
agencies out.
Yeah, of course, it's swamp.
Yeah, it is.
It's a swamp. It's like all that tax. We have no clue where everything's going. Paying $1,000 for a toilet.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. I had a book one time, and this was years ago in the 80s, no 90s, and it showed what a Navy paid for a bolt for it was like $10,000 for a.
You can go to Home Depot and buy it for 50 cents.
Yes,
yeah, I know.
Yeah, and I mean that kind of stuff.
It's so much bloat. It's horrible.
Yeah, and
I'm glad they're doing it.
I am too. I don't care what side of the aisle and all that crap. I don't
either.
We get so caught up, and unfortunately, it is such a machine. I mean, I don't know how it stops to be just two. There needs to be more. You know, the libertarian. I lean that way. I'm a hands-off guy, but like somebody said the other day, it's just a lot of Republicans don't want to be called Republican because I don't consider myself a Republican. I'm fiscally conservative
and
socially liberal.
Yeah, that's most people.
Yeah.
I say 80% of this country.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I agree. But there's no party that really stands for that.
How about we start the party then?
They'll kill us. That's what I'm saying. It's a machine.
We'll go down as martyrs.
Okay.
Allahu Akbar.
Okay. But let me ask you something. Okay. Well,
just so you know, I was born Muslim. So
okay.
Just so you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm even more interested.
Yeah.
So, do you practice?
Do I practice any religion today? No.
Okay. No. So, how long did you practice Muslim? Do you call it Muslim? How long do you practice being a Muslim? Dave.
Well, how long you been practicing being a
Keep your eyes on him.
How long you been
Can you unzip your jacket?
Dude, you're going to get censored for this. Watch. We're going to get censored for this. You got to cut this out.
Dude, no, I'm cutting nothing out.
I know.
You're Albanian. You're making jokes about it. Oh, Akbar. What's that mean, anyways?
God is great.
God is great. Okay.
It'd be the same God. We all believe in the same God.
Yeah.
Just different teachings.
Yeah.
That's it.
So back to that. That was hilarious. Thank you. I needed that laugh. I've had some day today. So you
you know when a dad joke's a dad joke? When it's apparent.
Jeez.
Dude, I told you I'm a cornball.
I can't reach my buttons, man. I have a wah, wah, wah. Or the cricket ones. Crick, crick, crick. Oh, my gosh. So being in Islam, the Quran,
Yeah.
did you, I mean, so
No,
you
yeah, I
were
read
from
it,
the
yeah.
time you were a child to, was your dad like a
No, we weren't staunch.
And when I say extremists, I mean, I don't mean
we weren't
extremists.
really religious. We'd go to Juma on Fridays, celebrate Ramadan,
Right.
pretty much.
Right.
We even had a Christmas tree during Christmas.
Right.
I swear to God.
Yeah.
But we didn't celebrate Christmas. We celebrated New Year's.
Yeah. Were you looked down upon from some of the people that were more? I mean, like Christian. Let me say this: like
Most
Christians.
Albanians are very, very loose with religion. Most. Don't get me. It's like they believe in
Right,
God.
right.
It's like
You say loose, more willing to allow you to find it on your path.
yeah, basically, yeah. That's just
Yeah.
you because the thing is, it's like in Kosovo, it's like 80% of the people are Muslim, but they accept everybody. Albanians accept. That's the thing. Like where we were living, it's like we accepted everybody.
Yeah.
Just don't screw us. You screw us, you don't.
Yeah.
You're screwed.
Yeah.
That's the type of people we were. We're your best friends, but we can be your worst enemy.
Now, did y'all? A lot of times in a lot of ethnicities, they'll do business only within that ethnicity
Oh no, we did business
first.
with anybody. Dude.
Okay, good.
Money was our religion, essentially. And the best part is if we managed to get it for free and then sell it free. It didn't matter how we got it.
And where your dad was coming from, he had a good background, and then he had a ton of Albanians to deal with, right?
Yeah, basically during World War II, my grandfather he fought against the Nazis.
Right.
And they killed him. They killed my uncle. Basically, my dad and my aunt were the last. Basically, I had two uncles and an aunt that died. One from I forgot, one of those childhood diseases or whatever. And I'm named after my uncle. And he died in the military while he was swimming across the river and he got caught in a whirlpool.
Wow. With his gear on and everything?
I don't know.
Who knows, right? Yeah. Wow. For America? I mean,
I don't know what basically was he was fighting the Nazis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were all
allies,
pushing.
yeah.
We were all allies, brother.
Yeah.
My goodness, man. Without all of us,
Mm-hmm.
that was a push.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I refuse to speak French.
Thank you. You mentioned Paris, so I was going to stay off of it because
Because it's just Parisians.
Okay. Okay.
So
I don't know
they're
the difference.
obnoxious.
To me,
And it's
I'll never go to France ever.
No, I've been to France. Things like
Boycott me. I don't care.
the
All
rest-
63 of y'all. We're up to
If it
63.
wasn't, put it this way, if it wasn't for us, they'd be speaking German.
Yes.
I say that all the time.
He says that all
I say
the
it all the time. If it wasn't for us,
time.
they'd be speaking German.
How many
And
times say it?
All the time.
So
But
what he
but-
doesn't
but-
know
no,
is I
but here's-
study
but
European
here's-
history.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the French, we wouldn't be America.
Okay, that's very true, but I don't ever bring
No,
that up. But
But
thanks.
that's the thing. It's like they remind me.
But I don't like the statue in New York.
Well, the real.
I don't like the
you know
statue.
the real name of it, right?
No. Come on, give it to me.
The Whore of France.
I love it. I don't like
And
it.
they gave it to us as a gift, and we accepted it.
Yeah.
But technically, the designer used it as an outline. Actually, the Liberty's face is his mother. The one who designed it was his mother's face.
But I don't know. There's just something about France having their statue that they gave us in New York. I don't know. It just
They were celebrating our freedom. But it was a backhanded compliment.
I don't know.
Well, hey,
France. My wife's been over there. I would never go. My brother-in-law lives in New Zealand. My son's over in New Zealand right now.
nice.
So they're enjoying themselves.
Kiwi.
Do you ever get to go back? Have you ever been back?
Yeah, I've been back. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So do you have family that still live
Oh,
over there?
absolutely. I
and
have
everything?
family all over Europe.
Really?
I can go right now to Europe and stay in somebody's house. I can any country practically.
It's pretty interesting. I would be willing to move to Japan.
Yeah, Japan.
If my son,
I've been there. The people are so polite.
Right.
There. It's unreal.
He's going to be stationed there in the next year, for the next 3.5 years or so.
You should go visit. It's a beautiful city, beautiful country.
Yeah, but my businesses won't allow
I
it.
don't know how you do with the food.
What, you think it's just sushi? Of course not.
No,
just
but-
sushi.
I would figure it out.
Yeah.
Listen,
They have
the
McDonald's.
culture.
They have McDonald's. They have
I
Starbucks.
don't need it.
I'm just saying.
They
but
have meat. I can cook my own.
Yeah.
The street meat's good, man. You know, I mean,
Oh, it's clean.
It's
It
clean.
is so clean, dude.
They're so
and people are
good.
so polite.
Yeah.
When I was in China, I lived in China for a little while.
Did you
Yeah.
really?
Oh my God.
Okay.
Dude.
Whoa. How'd you get to China?
I worked for China Telecom.
And so you moved to China
Oh, part of work. Yeah, for work.
for work.
Yeah,
For more than one work or for work?
for work.
Because that's a great
Telecommunications.
route.
Yeah, for telecommunications. Basically,
Okay.
I've done a lot of traveling for work. You know, so
Wow.
I've been in telecom for over 25 years.
So you're in China for how long?
6 months in Beijing, 6 months in Shanghai.
Do you have somebody following you all the time?
I do they all?
So they're good. They did. They're following Albanians in China.
They're American.
And an American. Oh my gosh.
A Muslim American.
Yes. Well, maybe they followed you
Uyghurs,
less.
whatever they're called. The Uyghurs.
Wow. You got followed.
Oh, absolutely did. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. But I worked for basically a Chinese entity. which
Okay.
was
Yeah, so they
CCP.
already-
Yeah, they already. I worked for them. Well, actually, I ended up losing my job because the United States of America revoked China Telecom's FCC license, national security.
Recently. So like during the Trump.
2019.
So the first Trump era.
And well, they were going to do it anyway. We knew it was
Gotcha.
coming. It's because they were stealing
Right.
everything.
Right.
So they were spying on us. We spy on them. They spy on us. It's dude. It's
Right.
all governments do it.
Oh
I'm not.
my
you know,
gosh.
it's-
Everybody. It's been a
you know,
game.
it's like they're saying that the U.S. It's like China is spying on us. They're hacking us. Trust me, we're probably worse than them.
We taught everybody how to
That's
do it.
dude. We invented the computers.
Yes.
we invented everything. pretty much.
Yes. Oh my
So-
gosh. I just don't I do struggle. I don't care if it's outdated or not. I struggle with how much we left over in the Middle East of equipment.
yeah. You're talking about in Afghanistan. Yeah, oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
On YouTube, I saw there was this guy
trucks
walking
and
around,
trucks and trucks, yeah.
and they're selling them. The bullets,
Yeah.
the guns, I don't think there were many mortars or anything, but there was definitely helmets and all the
Everything.
all the dark night vision, and that we just left. I don't understand. I mean, billions, and that's what Trump said. We just left it. We could have sold it to Israel and
we could have
to
brought it back.
Albania, to Ukraine with all that we sent over. How about sending all that over, clean it up, spend $1 billion instead of $100 billion. But they don't run it like a business. They don't run it like a telecom business. They don't run it like a small business.
Well, that's why Elon Musk and Trump are in
Yeah.
office. Well, not Elon Musk, but Trump.
Yeah. So you went through high school, pretty good at high school, and I mean,
Oh, I was a straight A student.
Yeah, so
I
when-
never studied. I never did
Really?
homework. Yeah. I
without
had-
cheating, you were a straight A
Oh,
student.
yeah, I had photographic memory.
Shut up.
Didactic
I have a
memory.
cousin that has that.
It's like I see something once and I'll never forget it. I aced every
I don't
single
understand
test.
that.
But then I lost it all because I got hit by a car when I was 18.
Really?
Yeah, I had a fractured neck in 3 places. The doctor said I'd never make it through 9. If I didn't make it through 9, I'd never walk again. They still don't know how I'm walking.
And you just popped up? I mean, was it through
No,
therapy? Did it take
no.
time?
Oh, what? Basically, when I got hit, I was 18, just 18, 19, right? October something, in 88 or something like that. It was 87, 88. I was crossing the street. I bet you never guessed where I was going to.
A bar?
How'd you know? Wow.
Maybe we get into it. We'll see.
Wow. How did you
So we were
see-
all 18, 19-year-olds go,
No,
see
but-
that or a woman's house?
Yeah. One, because I had to go to the bathroom. But
Yeah.
Because in Canada, you were 18, because I lived in Toronto at that time.
Oh, see, man, you have been all over.
Yeah, I speak 6 languages too.
Really?
Yeah, but that's besides the point. I got basically a car hit me, swiped my legs, my head hit the windshield. I went flying about 60 feet. I woke up in the hospital 3 weeks later. I was in a coma, and I couldn't move my legs.
Family around?
My dad, who was on the lam.
Wow.
Did
That's
did you catch that part?
On the lamb?
On the run.
Yeah. I mean, I did. So
Yeah.
that's why I was wondering about
I
this.
had an alias too.
Wow.
Basically, Sammy Vigliano. My dad's name was Bernardo Vigliano.
So y'all were playing the Italian card.
Hey, forget about it. How you
Forget
doing?
about it.
That's who fight.
Yes. Did he teach you his livelihood?
It's not that it just passed down without even teaching.
It's just there.
Dude, I was 7 years old, and it's about 7.5, 8 years old, right? And one day, my dad was coming in the house with his friends and buddies or whatever you want to call them, with garbage bags, and just garbage bag and garbage bag and garbage bag and going into the bedroom, right? They put a lock on the door and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And basically, I'm not stupid,
Right.
right?
You knew what
It
they
was,
did.
it was weed,
Right.
right? But it just, and it was funny because my cousins, right, basically 8 years old, we were hanging out, and I said, "Our dad's a drug dealer." Like, what are you talking about? No, they're not. I said, "Trust me, they are." And I'm 8 years old, and I know this
Right.
already. That's
Right.
the lifestyle,
Right.
the streets we live on, right? And they're like, "What do you know? I know. We own the pizzeria in Hoboken." Blah, blah. And trust me, your dad bought that pizzeria with the drug money. This, right? So, and then about a week later, because they asked their dad, I was like, "Why would you do that?" It threw me under the bus. I caught an ass whooping from my dad. Said, "Where did you learn this?" So, I didn't know what to
Right.
say. It's like, I'm getting
But
my
kids know.
yeah,
Kids
yeah.
know.
And then another time my dad took my little brother. They went to Turkey, and he stashed heroin in the shoulder pads of my brother's jacket. My mom's padded bra. I'm telling you, but he's like importing heroin into the country.
Did he ever get busted?
Oh yeah. Eventually, well, he ended up dying in prison.
Really?
Yeah.
How many years did he get?
Well, first he did. I was 9 years old when he first time went to prison.
So how long did he go away when you were 9?
4 years.
So you were 13 when you saw him again.
Yeah, and at that time, my mom was murdered.
How old were you when your mom was murdered?
13.
Holy shit.
And
Do you know by who?
I have an idea.
Yeah.
I have a semblance of idea. And they still don't know who did it. But
So, but is it considered an open case?
oh, it's still it's a cold case right now. Obviously,
Yeah,
it was
obviously.
1983. She passed away. So
Wow.
they stabbed her 15 times. They cut her throat.
On the streets of Brooklyn?
No, it was basically we lived in this apartment building. There was a garage right where they parked the car and everything. And
Was she involved in some of the other activities?
but basically, what happened was
Yeah.
when my dad was locked up, in the feds for importation of heroin into the country, he got popped because his mistress dimed him. His mistress dimed him because he ended it and this and that.
What the? I mean, hey,
So he ended up getting caught.
there's
with
a
like
code here.
Yeah, but not with women.
No, that's my point.
A scorned woman. Hell had no fury like a woman scorned.
But the code is they
You
don't
get-
know.
It's the mistress. It's different. The
I
wife
know,
is different.
I
The
know.
wife takes care of the kids, so she can't get implicated. The mistress, we don't care.
Okay,
about.
okay.
We call him a gumar.
Ah,
It's an Italian thing.
a
It's like, it's a
gumar.
side piece. It's
Okay.
like, it's like my side piece. That's
Got
it,
it.
So that's what she was, and she ended up snitching on my father. My father got caught with like 2 kilos of heroin at Kennedy Airport. Ended up getting sentenced to 11 years. He did 4.5 years, and while he was doing that, business had to get done.
Yeah.
We ended up here's the crazy part. We were really well off. We didn't need any the illegal gains.
Right.
My father had like 5 gas stations, in Manhattan, Brooklyn. Dude, I'm 6, 7 years old wearing Pumas. That's like $40 sneakers.
Oh,
Back then
yeah.
it's like
Oh, I'm in
600.
Pumas.
Yeah, I'm sick.
Yeah.
6, 7 years wearing brand new Pumas every other month. Essentially, right? So we had money. He also owned a nightclub, belly dancing and all this stuff. It's just-
Wow.
yeah, and what
Now,
happened?
were all your friends associates of your father, obviously?
My father was the head of the family.
Yeah. So they were. Yeah. Heard.
Yeah,
Wow.
and
How big was the organization?
Pretty Albanians, pretty big.
Golly.
There wasn't like in New York where they had like 5 different families, Italians. It was just the Brooklyn family. And the Bronx had one too, but they did business together too. It wasn't like
Yeah.
segregated essentially like that. Albanians, it's like you just know each other and you just do business with
Right.
each other. And so where was I going? What was I saying before that? Well, basically he ran the organization and stuff, and
Well, he had
so-
he
so
had
my
the
mom-
weed. He went in the room
yeah,
with the
but that
weed.
was that was
Okay.
that was just a whole bunch of
Good,
different
gotcha.
things that I
That just
seen
was
as a kid,
nonstop.
Yeah.
So he gets ratted on, goes in,
Yeah.
and then he gets out.
No, he doesn't get out yet.
Okay.
My mom, You know,
Oh, the murder. That's
yeah,
right.
yeah. My mom actually, she was working. She was working as a waitress. She was making good money. You know, we were on welfare and this and that. But you know, not
Right.
having the lifestyle we had
Right.
before. You know, it's like, you know. So my dad told my mom, "Hey, pick up the business. Go get." You know, see, now she was dealing coke and you know all this other
Yep.
stuff, and she was dealing with a bunch of shady characters. And
Without the real backup.
yeah, my dad.
Yeah.
You know, and then what happened was, you know, the guys were being very disrespectful to my mom because my dad wasn't around, and my mom was a firecracker.
Right.
She was 4'11". She ended up getting arrested. How tall are you?
6'3".
6'3". A guy bigger than you, about 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", right? And she always carried a pistol in her bag. Right? She's 4'11". She beat the crap out of this guy. I swear to God, she hit him with the bag. Bang! She got arrested for assault. She pulled out on him and everything. My mom was like fire. She was nuts. But everybody loved my mom.
Yeah.
Everybody would tell you she was the life of the party.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, if your dad is the head of the family, the woman has to
yeah.
be strong.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And has to cover the social side of the females and keep everybody in line, right?
And it was just, you know, it's just my.
Wow.
She took no shorts. My mom took no shorts, but people just loved her because she was so good-hearted. You know,
Right.
always helping, always, you know, taking in strays. Essentially,
Right.
people are coming from the country, you know, visit,
Right.
you know, moving here, and she brought them into our house and everything. She helped out so many people.
Heart of gold.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And the thing is, like, everybody hated my dad, but loved my mom.
Yeah.
They hated my dad because of fear. you
Yeah.
know? So it's like,
He ran it on fear. I mean,
dude, I grew up with fear. My whole life was based on fear. I love you because I beat you. I beat you because I love you. And if people fear you, they respect you. If they respect you, they love you. So you inflict fear on people, so they, you know, they give
watch
you that
this,
respect.
Dave. What had you rather have, respect or love?
Respect.
Not even a question.
Yeah, respect. Give me
Respect.
as a man. Respect.
I don't even know. Yeah.
Yeah,
Respect is love.
Yeah, that's for me. Yeah, you show
Respect
me
is-
respect. That means you know, you
Right.
you care
Love
about.
is love is an action. I always tell people, you keep paying attention to my words, and I'll keep paying attention to your actions.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I say it's like my words mean shit.
Yep.
You know, it's like, what am I doing?
Yep.
You know, it's like, you can judge a character by his actions.
Yep.
You know, not by his words, because I'm a real good bullshit artist. I can sell you.
Absolutely. Well, I
You
mean,
know
look
what?
at the world you
know
grew
what,
up
Brett?
in.
Yeah, you know what, Brett? I have a really nice bridge to sell you. It's made out of stone. It connects from Manhattan to Brooklyn. I'll give it to you for $1 right now. Write up a bill of sale. Seriously, just for $1, dude. I'll
Yeah.
write the bill of sale right now. You sure? Come on. I know you want it. And then you can say it's yours.
Right.
That's, you know, that's how good. I could sell ice to the Eskimos.
How? I mean, did you ever process your mom dying? I mean,
yeah.
being murdered.
Well,
How did you get through that?
But here's,
Did you go off wild
here's-
first?
Wait, there's a lot more to the story.
Keep going.
Now, I was molested when I was 6 years old, you know, by a female, right? And you know, that's as I got
Babysitter or just somebody y'all knew?
my cousin,
Okay.
you know. So you know, 6, and it was not just one time. She also did it to my brother. You know, I find out later on. But now, after my mom was murdered, you know, the thing is, they sent a message when my mom's murdered, because when my mom had a Coke and a cigarette when she died, what they did was they took the cigarette and put it on top of the Coke, like sending a message. You know, because there was a conversation. I remember this conversation. My mom's like, "You motherfucker, you better bring me my money. I'm gonna fucking put a bullet." And my mom's like, you know, and they take her serious. 'Cause
Yeah.
she means it.
Yeah.
Right? And 2-3 weeks later, she's dead. You know, and my dad was locked up. You know, and so we didn't find out for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. They said, "Oh, Mom, we got into an accident, this and that." They
Right.
didn't tell us because we had to go visit my father in Denbury Correctional, and that's when he told us. And I was like, I knew Mom died. And I was, you know, it's like,
Were most of the soldiers in
oh, they were
jail,
all- yeah,
or were
but
they?
some of them were out.
Yeah.
Most of them were locked up.
Yeah. So there wasn't a lot that could be done at that time.
No, well, it's not that nobody.
find
feel-
out who did.
Basically, I don't.
Yep.
My
heard.
dad never told me.
Yep.
There's a whole bunch of stuff that just, you know.
Probably saved your life.
Honestly, today, if I ever bump into the guy that killed my mom, honestly, today, I would forgive him.
Really.
I really would.
I was just about to say, call me.
I
and
forgive him
Yeah. Okay. So tell me how, Sammy.
because I don't want that hatred in my heart anymore.
Doesn't want hatred in heart.
You know, I've also the woman that molested me. You know, growing up, I looked at women as inanimate objects for me to use and abuse. Right?
How
And
long
that's-
how old when it stopped?
Well, it stopped when I was about 8, but then I ended up after my mom dying, we ended up moving to the house that I was molested at, and now instead of being sexually molested,
Mentally.
no, physically abused by her. Like she used to beat the living daylights out of us. You know, she was like 6, 7 years older than us. She was like 20 something, and I'm 13 years old still. You know, and I really I never really I processed my mom's death, but I didn't process. I'm 13. I didn't know how to deal with that
But
stuff.
it's okay if you go straight from a mom's death and a father in prison
To being abused.
to being you don't have time
That's-
to truly
No,
process.
I don't. I finally, you know,
I mean,
when
there's 7 stages or 5 stages of to
I
go
had
through.
no time for
It
grief.
takes years.
I had no time for grief. And for me, it was at the point where it was 2009. I finally said goodbye to my mother. I actually, because what happened was she died here in the U.S. in New York, and they shipped her body because she wanted to be next to her mom in Kosovo, and they buried her next to her mother. And 2009 was the first time I went back, and you know, I sat at her grave and I wept. And before that, I wouldn't have been able to talk to my
Yeah.
mom without feeling emotional.
Yeah.
I would say before that, honestly, I talk about my mom. I'd well up and I'd stop and I'd walk
Yeah.
away. Right? But today, I can't because I finally was able to say goodbye to her.
Did you end up having your? I'm gonna jump back a little bit. Your mom is murdered. I mean, now you're living where
With my aunt.
with your aunt. Do you begin to take on your dad's attributes and lifestyle?
Oh yeah,
and,
my brother and I. Oh, we were running rampant in New York.
because you knew
Oh, yeah,
you
'cause
knew
we
the
ended up- we
game.
ended up- we
You
ended
knew the
up-
game. You had the
yeah,
contacts.
We ended up.
So where does that go?
We ended up going from Flatbush. Now we're in Bensonhurst with all the Italians.
Hmm.
Right. So, but we couldn't be part of the family, but we were part of the family. So
No,
it's the
understood.
Same as,
Yeah.
It's like I said, I came from a normal family.
Yeah.
My brother was in prison. I was in prison. My sister was in prison. You know, my dad was in prison. To me, that's normal. Next door.
But hang
Joe
on.
was-
When did you go? So you get over? Are you in prison before you get over with the Italians?
No, I guess that's later on.
Okay, so we're gonna get
That's
it.
the
So you're with the
lifestyle.
Italians. You're with the Italians, and
Yeah.
you begin to do business with them,
Oh,
and
it's drugs. and,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
All the,
But
all
I-
the.
I'm, si- I'm, dude, I'm only
How old are you?
15, 16.
You're 15,
so,
16,
yeah.
and you're living good monies.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm making a killing.
Yeah, so-
I was, you know, nickel and diamond dealing.
Are you in high school still?
Oh yeah, yeah,
So you're still going to school,
yeah, yeah.
and everybody knows. I mean,
Nobody talks, of course, but we would.
the
since
neighborhood
15
really doesn't talk.
Oh, of course not, dude. Snitches get stitches. Back then, it was, you know,
It was
It was
true.
honor amongst thieves back then,
Right.
you know. And then
Yeah,
till-
Florida doesn't have any of that.
Well, it did.
Okay,
Trust me,
wait. No,
did.
it actually still does. We may dabble just for a second because your people are in
Oh
Jacksonville.
yeah, in Mandarin.
Not only in Mandarin, but some of their businesses
Oh yeah,
deal
try-
with the females.
Cash, yes. Oh yeah.
Deal with the females. Well, can we say that? There's music and females. How about that?
Dude, wherever there's money, that's.
You don't know how I know?
Yeah, I already know.
I was sitting at a bar.
when they come in with bags with a cash counter.
No, we got called over to the table. No, we were sitting at a bar with a gentleman when I was doing the gangster rap little 2-year run. Ugh. And it all started with helping. It all started in the rooms. That's a funny story. We'll deal with that some other time. But and I was sitting there, and we were at the table, and there was these gentlemen looked a lot like you, but they had big guys too. And these jaws on these big guys were very.
You know how you can tell an Albanian?
Tell me.
They have square heads.
Yes, these guys had square heads.
Yeah, dude.
2 of them
Yeah.
in suits.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is Jacksonville. We go. I mean, this is dressed up for that. You know, I'm there for a business meeting. I don't know who it's with. I'm there with this Paco who's got ideas and grand ideas, and I'm sitting there. And next thing I know, we're over at a table with people who got very thick accents. And you know what? I want no part of this because I don't know the rules. I didn't come from the
should've
Bronx.
called me.
No, I'm too old. I do this, and that
No, you're not. But now you know how to talk to them.
I survived. I mean, listen, it was, I was not just that moment, but I mean, they put me in some hairy situations.
No, of
and
course.
it was. Listen, I mean,
You know-
it's like anything. If you really are a man, they know.
Yeah.
They know.
Yeah.
They know. Bullshitter knows a bullshitter,
Yeah.
but a stare knows a stare.
A gangster knows a gangster.
A gangster knows. I was never like a gangster.
Yeah, I can't see you as well.
No. I never had like crews, and I was a solo dude. I was really weird. I bounced around, man, to some weird exercises. You know, I didn't have a family. If I did, oh man, we'd be running Jacksonville. No.
You see the bubble.
All of a sudden, I have this whole plan. You know,
The imagination bubble pops up.
Let me tell you something. Listen, I've already sat across from the.
Hey, your best thinking got you, so forget about it.
Oh my gosh, I already sat across from the Duval County undercover who swore to. They just stared at me like I was a drug, like I was like running drugs or something. And I'm sitting here like this goofy white dude going, "I'm just trying to help. I was just trying to help people. Swear to God, I did." And I saw a business opportunity and I moved. And it was a good business opportunity. You guys were idiots. The streets greedy. Otherwise, we'd have all made a lot of money and we'd have floated that into the next. We were doing events. We did a huge event in Jacksonville and it was run well. The police were involved, permits were pulled, and then just the street from the Bronx to here.
Brooklyn.
Well, it's really everywhere. It's that same greed and selfishness and self-centeredness, you know, right?
It's human nature.
It's human nature. Give me.
Yeah.
Were you a good pickpocket?
I didn't have to.
Okay.
I just took it.
Wow.
I didn't have to be sneaky about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how early were you when you were, walking around with guns and always having them?
14, 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were all your friends that way as well?
Yeah. It's not that we always walked around with it. Well,
You had access
it.
too.
Yeah, we always had it. Yeah.
I mean, were y'all much? Was it, because you have the dads doing the dad work, and now you have the juniors wanting to do the junior work. Was there junior to junior?
Oh, yeah.
Because you're learning. It's like the JV. Really.
I had the guy that I was dealing drugs with. He was 2-3 years older than me.
Right.
Whatever.
But then all of a sudden, the other block starts encroaching, and
yeah. Well, that's how I ended up getting shot. But that's a different story.
Well, I want to hear it. So yeah. So you're 15, 16. Are you leading? I mean, is there a group of y'all, or is it just like y'all just
we
a neighborhood
we were
group?
the 20th Avenue boys.
Right. 20th Avenue boys. I love that. That's good.
We were basically, he was part of the, the Gambinos family. Part
Really?
Of Brooklyn, yeah.
So that's like dismantled.
Oh yeah, completely.
I mean, completely. Which is why
It's
you're
still
probably.
there. It's still there.
Oh, come on.
It always.
Come on, man. They ain't never leaving.
Numbers and
Yes.
prostitutes.
Yes.
And,
Yeah. Well,
just
how
not
about
as-
this? Watch this one. How about dumpsters and
I don't know what you're talking
concrete?
about. I
Yeah,
don't know what you're talking
Forget
about.
about it.
I don't know what you're
Okay,
talking
good.
about.
You're good. You're a good Albanian. I was just
I
checking.
have no idea what you're talking about.
That's why I'd be dead. I'm in concrete shoes. I go swimming.
Joe,
Yes.
swimming with the fishes.
Swim with the fishes. That's awesome. So you spend 15, 16, 17. How long do you go run this lifestyle before it really starts?
what
So you
happened
got
was-
money coming in. Are
Yeah.
you living on your own at that time?
No. It's a whole bunch of other stuff happened. So
Yeah.
it's basically while I going through high school, my dad was still locked up. He came home, and he told me, "That's it, done." He ended my career,
Right.
essentially, right?
Because he wanted better.
Yeah,
He saw
He
it.
told me to go back to school.
How old was he? I'm just curious.
How old was my dad?
Yeah, when he came out.
God, I don't even remember.
And he did 4.5.
He was supposed to do 11, but
Yeah.
good behavior and stuff like that. But wait, we're not done yet. He got out about, he did that, the business and everything. So my brother and I made to go back. Now my sister's she's gone with the wind. She ran away because she was abused too and all that other stuff. But we were looking for my family was decimated.
When Dad went away,
when Dad went away, my mom,
and then your
was,
mom was murdered.
yeah, my sister, basically me and my brother, my sister, just we've been on our own pretty much our whole lives, So, and what happened was he came out, right? He was still on parole and this and that, whatever.
Trying to bring everybody back together.
Yeah, we're trying to look for my sister, and we had our place and everything. And
Did you run to him pretty quick?
Oh, absolutely. He's my father.
That's right.
It's like I looked up to this man.
Right. I can tell.
I love him still, but I hate him too.
Yeah. You speak with reverence.
Yeah, I forgive him.
Yeah.
I really.
What do you love about him?
He did the best he knew.
Yeah. What do you hate about him?
He did the best he knew.
I fucking understand that.
You know, it's
It's almost like what I've heard.
he
this.
always one thing I loved about what he used to do is, even though we would conversation over the phone visits, he'd always say, "I love you, son." He would always say that to me. I say it to my boys to this day because that means it showed me there's somebody that cares about me.
Yeah.
You know, even though he's screwed up and my life's all screwed up and all this other crazy stuff, but I knew somebody loved me.
Yeah.
You know, I knew my mom, but it's just, but it was my dad.
Yeah.
You know,
Because children want an anchor.
yeah.
We desperately need
This-
some sort of an anchor,
Yeah.
or else we go the route that you and your brother and
Yeah,
sister
and
went.
we didn't have. But basically, there was a whistle my dad used to do when we were like 5, 6, 7, and basically after we'd come home from
Yep.
his business, he'd whistle and go, and right away my brother and I'd be, "Oh, Dad," and
Yep.
give us that hug. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
It's like I felt safe.
Even with
all.
all that he was outside of that, and
Yeah.
all the things he probably has done in his
Yeah.
life that you have as well, there's still
Yeah.
at the core, man. People are good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We're evil, but we have good in us.
Yeah,
It's
and it's the old adage: which dog do we feed?
yeah, I'm the good wolf or the bad wolf.
Which
every
one?
single day.
My son, literally, I've told him that story. My middle boy, he's like tattoo heaven. He's every country he goes to. They're in New Zealand right now. I'm sure he's getting a tattoo. And
of a kiwi.
yeah, absolutely. And Donnie, he told on you, so you better be. I'm coming over. How about that? So
Just don't get a kiwi.
exactly. But he got the good dog, bad dog on his shoulder because I've told him that story so many times.
Yeah, it's good wolf, bad wolf.
Well, for us, it's good dog, bad dog. So
So Floridian
good
figures.
wolf. Yeah. By the way, I have a wolf, and it's because of the.
But you know where that story came from, right?
Mm-mm.
An Indian chief
Mhm.
talking to his grandson.
Right.
He goes, Grandpa, what's that on your chest? He goes, that's my 2 wolves. He goes, what does it stand for? One is good wolf, one is bad wolf. And the kid sits there. And which one are you, Grandpa? He goes, I'm the one I choose to feed.
Yep. It's a great story. And I mean, there's more wisdoms being passed down. That's what I love about ethnicities like the Albanians, the Puerto Ricans, the African Americans.
yeah.
Yeah, but not the Caucasians. Caucasians don't really do it.
What are you talking about? What do you think? Italy, France,
Pol-
Germans,
Yeah, but
English,
I'm
the
talking about
British.
I'm talking about America.
Well, what do you think we are? Caucasian. They're Caucasian too.
But
We
how's
have
that?
But America is a melting pot.
I think that's a crock.
No, it's a melting pot of cultures.
That
It's
doesn't
always
that
been.
doesn't melt. They're fighting each other. Facebook, I thought was gonna be so cool.
Look at. I'm a history buff.
I love it.
Look at this, right? Europe,
Yeah,
right? They used to fight each other too, and they're all white,
yeah.
right? But there was different cultures. Africa, they're all black, and different cultures. Yes, they're still fighting. Same thing with Asia. They look the same, but they fight each other. Now take all those people from different countries, continents, and put them in
together.
America, and guess what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Different cultures
But
clash.
the
They're going to say
question
my
is-
culture's better than my. It's tribal.
I don't think
it's always tribal.
okay for me personally, and I can only talk on my basis. I don't. For me, it's not ethnicity. It's we. If we're going to survive, we all have to come to a common understanding of
Of course.
people. But we don't. We all look out for our own ethnicity supposedly, but in reality, we don't. It's just a ruse that's used to make a ton of money, in my opinion.
That's what this country's based on, capitalism.
Yeah, but this.
Yeah, but. Yeah, but.
No, hang on. This isn't shrewd capitalism, though. This is unethical capitalism, and they play on the fears of people, the masks and all that. I mean, I'm getting off base. Let's stay on ethnicities. They play on the fears of people, African Americans, that every Caucasian is out there to kill them and hurt them and push them down and keep them down.
But that's just ideology. That's not culture. That's ideology.
That's taught differently in each culture, though.
Well, no.
Meaning the
it's
Albanians are going to tell their story.
Well, we hate Serbs.
Let's kick their ass.
Why do we hate Serbs?
Are you a Serb?
No,
Dave.
No, but you know
Are
why?
you a Serb?
But you
No,
know
sir.
why?
Okay.
But you know why we hate Serbs?
Why?
In 91, when they attacked the Kosovo, genocide. They were killing
Okay, that's
Albanians.
true.
See, that's what I'm talking. See, it's the same thing. It's
He's
ideology.
Polish. Do you like him?
I don't see anything wrong with him. He's a Pol. I got a good Polak joke, but that's you want to hear it? I'll tell
See-
you.
Go ahead.
See, the Polish, y'all, do y'all have any enemies other than
Yeah, the
everybody poking
Russians.
fun?
The
Okay, the
Russians.
Russians.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Russians.
Well, the
and
Russians are
and
really-
the Germans too. When we're back in World War II.
Yep.
That's basically Poland started the World War
Okay,
II.
that's true.
They didn't, but Germany did.
Yeah,
That's a different story.
yeah. They wanted y'all. They got y'all quick.
Yeah.
What were y'all doing, Dave?
I don't know.
They were Polacks.
I'm gonna have to figure that. I do not know. No.
How many Polacks does it take to screw in a night bulb?
I don't know.
It takes about 100. 1 to hold the bulb, 99 to pick up the room and turn it.
You know that's been used since like grade school.
I know.
Are there Albanian jokes that you know? Just to even the playing field a little bit?
No.
Okay, let's do some cracker jokes then.
I got a good cracker joke.
Give it, please.
A hillbilly joke.
I'm a hillbilly. Let's
All
go.
right, hillbilly.
Well, real hillbillies from where I come from would punch me. I'm not a real hillbilly. But I happen to know hillbillies. How about that?
All right, a hillbilly's hitchhiking.
Yeah.
Right? Truck driver pulls up. Oh, where you going? "Oh, I'm going home up the hill around the corner. He goes, I'm going that way. Jump in. They're driving down the highway. The hillbilly hears some noise in the back cabin where the truck driver sleeps, right? He goes, the hillbilly goes to the truck. What's that noise? Oh, that's my trick monkey. You want to see him do a trick? Says, sure. The truck driver turns around, punches the monkey in the face. The monkey starts giving him head.
Right.
The hillbilly's like, holy shit, what a cool trick. Howdy doody. You know, it's like,
Howdy doody.
he's bugging out, right? A couple hours down the road.
Oh.
A couple hours down the road, the truck driver goes to the hillbilly. Hey, you want to see that trick again? He says, sure. The truck driver turns around, punches the monkey in the face. The monkey starts giving him head again. The truck driver goes to
If
the
you
hillbilly.
go and punch me in the head,
no, wait. No. He goes to the hillbilly. He goes, you want to give it a shot? He goes, yeah. Just don't punch me as hard as you punched the monkey.
this has gone downhill very quickly. And the sad thing is, I really love
You asked it.
No, the sad thing is, I really love it. I love every minute of it. That's funny. Okay, so those are good jokes. They sort of evened out somewhere along the way. So if not, it's a podcast. Suck it. It's all about the grind.
You know, you can't lose monetary funds yet.
No, I don't care. If I will never be in a point. I could care less.
No.
So I'm not. I guess I can never run for president. How about that? They'll pull this up.
No,
But all
I
they-
can't. I can't run
Yeah.
after what I just. You're just a commentator. You're just an interviewer. It's me. But I wasn't running for president anyway.
That's funny.
Oh wait, yeah, you know what? I'm a felon, even though I can still run.
So you go 16, 17, 18. I'm trying to. Do you go to college, or you're in the lifestyle?
I ended up dropping out of high school.
Okay.
I had a straight A student.
Yeah.
I dropped out 11. I had no choice
Yeah.
because what happened was after my dad was home for about 11 months, a year. New York State picked him up for attempted murder on a police officer back in 1977.
So they were just looking.
But here's the story: Giuliani was the prosecutor back then, right?
Right.
And he never lost a case.
Right.
Right? There was a case that came up against my dad, and my dad beat him.
What was your
Okay.
dad's name?
Nazmi Muslia.
Nazlim?
Nazmi.
Nazmi
Yeah.
Muslim. Wow. So he's going up against Giuliani?
And he beat him.
He beat Giuliani?
Yeah, he gave him his first loss.
Come on.
His first L. Gave him his first and only L. And Giuliani said, I'm going to get you somehow, some way.
And then he got in charge.
So what happened was in 1977, my dad and his crew, they did a diamond heist.
This is not a bullshit meter. He's giving me good content, and I just need to sharpen it. Go ahead. Keep going.
You said that was a bullshit meter?
Yeah, I said this is not a bullshit meter. I said you're giving me good content, and I need to sharpen it. Go ahead.
Just gonna do it. Wet the pen.
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly.
So what happened was my dad and his crew ended up doing a heist, a diamond heist in Brooklyn, over by Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn. It was like 21st Street. I don't remember exactly where it is, but in 1977.
Your dad's a badass as a criminal. He ain't scared of nothing.
That most Albanians are that way.
Yeah.
They don't, dude. I have no fear.
Was he a big guy?
A little
was
bit.
he your
It was
height?
My height, my
So
size.
he's just a small guy, but carried a big ass gun.
It's a
Stick.
what's that saying? Yeah, what's that saying? It's a
Walk,
carry-
walk tall and carry, or was it walk tall and carry a big stick?
something like that. Yeah. My father walked tall and carried a big stick.
They knew when he said something. He meant what he said,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
did what he said.
Yeah. He said what he meant, and he did.
Well,
what
his
he said.
reputation there can either get you killed or not on the street.
Yeah. It's like you're a man, your word. My father used to say this, even though this is way before Scarface. My father used to tell me you only have two things: your word and your balls. You don't break them for anybody.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that. That should be on. That needs to be word and balls.
And you don't break them for anybody.
Don't break them for. Oh my gosh, that is a good one. I'm gonna put a tattoo on my back.
On your lower back.
I'm not doing a tramp stamp.
Your word and your balls. You don't break them for anybody.
Oh my God, no. Oh my gosh. Did you see that one guy, a little jump off? I mean, I was flipping around on something, and this guy had literally, they ran a contest, a company did, that said if you tattoo your head, their station on your forehead, they will give you $100,000 or something like that.
Yep.
He did it.
Yep.
In all black. And they were like, who would do that? So they didn't think anybody would do it, and he had to take him to court to get the money.
It was a radio station that did it.
Yeah, and he got the money.
Yep.
Yeah,
if you tattoo your head, we'll give you 100. And he did it. Went to the radio station. And they were like, "We're
It probably
just
cost him
kidding."
$10,000 to get it removed.
That's what I was thinking. But this was all. I mean, it was as black as your clothes right now. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
I mean, so it was a few burns to get off. But I mean, I agree. Even if it was 20,000, you're still up after taxes. You're up about 50, 60. That ain't bad.
But then you got a scar across your forehead. I got enough scars. That's why I won't get tattoos, man. I have enough scars. I don't need any more.
Yeah, I didn't start till I was 50.
What is wrong with you?
Because I always knew at 50 I would get tattoos
Why?
because they had stories and they had meaning to
My
me.
brother's got some and he regrets them.
Yeah, I love mine. But I had
Well, you're
enough.
still young.
Well, I do, but I'm not somebody that everybody that gets tattoos, they always go, oh, you'll get addicted, and you'll get. There is a few more I want to do, just smaller ones, but I'm not a guy that goes like my son, my middle boy.
But I don't know. Just when you become like 80 years old and your skin becomes all shriveled up, and just like.
Then my phoenix will look like I do, a little shriveled.
Your phoenix will look like a swallow.
I know. I got a big gator here
Oh,
too.
not a swallow.
My gator's huge,
Or what-
man. He
you
goes
must-
all the way up.
Your phoenix will look like a Muscovy duck. Ugly.
Don't ever smoke weed with your artist but while he's doing this one. This was the one he did when I let him smoke weed with me. And
Good job. Good thinking.
Yeah.
That's great thinking.
Well, listen, I mean, it's a good tattoo. I love my tattoo. I love it. I really wish I had my shoulder and my wolf and my bull. I wish they were down here and the phoenix was up here, because the bull is like dynamite. It's a matador and it has
You got a bull by the horns.
no, it has spears in it.
Okay.
And he's like, coming by and he's like kicking dirt and snorting, and that's where all the smoke comes from, and then the wolf's howling, and and then there's the scorpion you can see. I like my tattoos; they mean something. And then my Irish. So once we finally figured out I was actually Irish, and I was not just some boring European. And then come to find out, my bride was a boring European and not Irish. Now she was
The irony in that.
I know. So like I'm over. We don't talk to people under 50%.
Boring European.
Anything under 50%, and we don't talk to them. So you can't buy an Irish shirt and wear it. That's my rules.
So what you're?
I'm over 50%. I made the rules. What are you talking about?
What's that? The golden rule? Those with the money make the rules.
Yes. Well, then I ain't making the rules.
The golden rule. Those with the most gold make the rules.
Yes. It's my rule. So Dawn Marie is like 47, so she's not classified as Irish.
Wow. So what's the 3%?
Yes.
What's the 3%?
We're probably about a 5% difference, but it doesn't matter. Damn it, it's over 50%. So you
or you would say, do you have any Albanian in you?
Yeah, I don't. No.
Want some?
Oh my gosh! But
You really fell for that.
huh?
You really fell for that.
Dude, I'm the guy that reaches for the ankles and spells it, okay? And not knowing what a clue. I look like I know, I don't, okay? I'm gullible. Somebody will tell me. I'm like,
that's-
really?
So that's what you got to tell her. It's like, hey, I can give you the 5% of Irish if you want. I can make you full Irish.
No, I see an insult coming if I tell her I'm gonna give her the 5%.
Well,
She would go, maybe 3.
A quarter-inch
I'm
killer.
like, shut up. All right.
What's that sign you're talking about? It's as big as
It's
anything.
bigger than it looks. That was for the building.
I know.
Oh my gosh. So you get back in. When do you get shot? What age are you shot?
I was 18.
18. So
Well, just before I moved up to Canada, because the thing is, what happened was I was just 17, because I got hit when I was 18. Basically, from like when my dad came out of prison, went back to prison, and between those 2 years,
you knew he was gone for a long time on that one.
Oh yeah, he's basically attempted murder on a police officer.
Okay, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but that's another story. But like I was saying with Giuliani, and basically the whole case was a fucking sham. It really was, because the thing is, there was 3 co-defendants, right? One of them, before basically 1978, 79, he got caught with the gun that shot the cop in Florida.
right,
Right, his name was Ali.
right.
Right, Ali Ahmed. He was in Florida. He got caught with the gun. They ran ballistics. Came back with bullet fragments up and shot in New York. They extradited him to New York. They tried him. The cop that got shot, right, during the heist, because what happened was during the heist, an off-duty police officer stopped police or I'll shoot. One of them turned around and pop, 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 and hit the cop, right? So what happened was the cop sat on stand, testified, say, that's the guy that shot me, Ali Ahmeti, right? And they convicted him. Now, because Giuliani caught wind, and my father was part of that because they couldn't charge him because of statute of limitations, yada, yada, yada.
It's
yada,
always
yada.
chance.
Yeah. Now, there's no statute of limitation on attempt murder on a police
Right.
officer. That's what they say, right? But the whole game, it's based, it's only murder and all that other stuff, right? Now they changed it, even molestation, all that other stuff now. But what happened was the guy, Ali, turned state's evidence, saying it
course.
wasn't me because he was facing 25 years, yada, yada, blah, blah. And now my uncle, my father, and Ali ended up in court because they overturned the conviction.
Is there video of this?
But it's transcripts.
Wow.
They overturned the conviction on Ali. Now they charged my dad, my uncle, and Ali attempt murder on a police officer, robbery, all this other stuff, right? Statute of
Just
limitation.
dumped
This is
it on.
1977, right?
Right.
And now it's 1986, right? Statute of limitations, 7 years,
Right.
right? Statute of limitations, it's done. You can't charge him.
Right.
So what happened was when he was locked up, right? They tried to use this. They gave statute of limitations to Ali and my uncle on all the charges, but not my dad. They're saying because they didn't know where he was. What do you mean you didn't know where he was? He was in federal fucking custody. You knew exactly where he was. So the judge, it's all that.
So you knew your dad got railroaded.
Oh, he absolutely got railroaded. So what happened was, let me finish. While they charged him, while I was going to charges. This is how I ended up in Canada.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
You didn't just move up there.
So what happened was, they gave him a $250,000 bail, cash.
Right.
$250,000 cash bail. He got out.
Gone.
Not yet.
Okay.
So fighting things, he didn't want to run yet.
Right.
And that, so,
Maybe a chance of getting off.
yeah.
Right.
So, but then he's seen
They're
the
gonna-
conspiracy.
yeah,
essentially.
exactly.
So I know there's conspiracies going on,
Right.
the plot and all
Right.
that stuff, right?
Right.
And so my dad and his great thinking.
Hang on a sec. Okay, go ahead.
And his great thinking. I'm 17 years old. My brother's
Wow.
15, right? My sister's gone. He left us with a pound of weed to sell so
Okay.
we can pay rent.
What a great dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he took off after taking the $250,000 bail, and it had to be cash, all cash, $250,000. They're just giving us the $250,000 and go back in. We could have gone to school, though, but
How much of that did you
Yeah,
smoke before you sold it?
dude, I think we sold like $20 worth.
I mean, like, Dad's gone, man. It's like a kid
Yeah,
with all the
yeah.
candy.
It was shit weed too. It was commercial weed back
Oh
then.
my
So-
gosh. You knew how to make money
yeah,
anyways.
yeah,
But
yeah.
that-
No, but what
was there
happened-
any emotional though? I mean, this is like funny and all, but I mean, your dad's leaving. He's like leaving y'all. You were so used to it.
it was the lifestyle. We just there was no emotion, right? Now this, you know,
So he gives you a pound of weed. Off he goes to Canada.
but yeah, now here's now this things get really
Yeah.
interesting. You think this is interesting? Wait, it gets even more interesting, brother. So I'm usually a goody.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I was actually the good kid. You know, I try to keep my brother in line. I try to bring my sister in. Basically, I was like, you know, the head of the
Right.
family essentially when my dad was gone. And, you know, my brother ended up, because what happened was, you know, he left us. We were trying to sell weed. This and that. We had the apartment. Things were okay for a few months.
You
Right?
doing bigger bags or dime bags and all? Were
No,
you-
it didn't matter because, honestly, we were dealing other drugs.
Gotcha.
Coke
Yeah.
and all that stuff. You know, we needed a big heist.
Right.
Right, so we were doing B&Es. We were
Right.
breaking into jewelry stores, stealing diamonds, all that stuff, breaking into safes, all that stuff.
Because you can get rid of diamonds pretty quick
Oh, yeah,
back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so basically, we were doing a lot of crazy stuff.
As a family?
There's a crew.
Did you? Okay, so you had a crew.
Yeah, we had a crew.
How many?
There was about 8, 9 of us.
Wow.
Little Mikey, Woody, Zane, me, my brother, Billy Kelly, Lico. There was a whole bunch of us. A whole
Wow.
bunch of us, right? So what happened was, one night, my brother and little Mikey and Woody go to Jersey. They do a break-in. They break into a fur store. They get $500,000 worth of furs. Right, and they bring the furs back to the house. 5 o'clock in the morning. Open up, please. Oh, fuck. Like,
You can't flush that.
no. So we take the furs, we stuff it in the closet, this and that. We're like, oh my God, did they follow you? What the hell's going on?
Right.
We didn't know. We thought they
Right.
got followed. This and
Right.
that, right? So I open up the door. Where's your dad? He's not here. Where is he? I said, I don't know. He took off. You know? Oh, we're coming in. We got search warrants. And they searched the house. Blah, blah, blah,
So
blah.
they're looking for him, and
they
here's
found
your
the fur
stuff.
coats.
Oh shoot!
Now they arrest us all. There's about 6 of us in the house.
Right.
They take us to the precinct. They want information on my dad, blah, blah, blah. Me, I'm 16 years old, and it's like 16, 17, whatever. I don't remember how I was, but, you know, just we don't snitch.
You weren't saying a word. Yeah.
It's like,
No.
fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I could have blamed it on my dad. Said,
Right.
oh, it's my dad. He took off
Right.
and left it. I didn't know what to do with it, and then they would have let me go.
But you were at that age where you were
Yeah.
you
Oh, yeah, yeah.
you were
Just
in that
basically-
game mentally.
Yeah. It's like, you know, you just don't rat.
Right.
You're not a rat. That's it.
Right.
And my brother was the one that did the heist. So I ended up basically taking the rap for everybody. I ended up at 16 and a half, 17 years old in Rikers Island. And it was gladiator school. I was like the only white boy in the whole damn, you know.
And you're not 6'4", so
No.
they think easy.
Oh, totally, yeah. No, I had friends.
Now I was about to say though, the Albanians are in there.
Yeah, but there was few and far in between white people.
'Cause it's white, black.
It's Puerto Rican, black mostly. There's in the New York the jail system.
It's
not-
truly
Most people, you know, get out on bail. The ones that don't get out on bail are the hardships.
right.
So that's what you're getting in the prison.
But
So-
they're truly they do divide by color in jail.
Oh well, see that's the thing with me. It was a little different because I'm Muslim.
So that saved your booty hole.
Technically, no.
Okay.
It saved my booty hole, but not other
Well,
way.
let's save the booty hole in Rikers Island.
And basically, I fought. I
Yeah, heard. Yeah,
I had to do what I had to do.
yeah.
Because the first day I got tested.
My brother did too. This first day.
The first day, 'cause I had brand new felines on back in the day. Felines with a shit back. I had a brand new Sergio Zucchini suit.
That wasn't real smart though. Did no one help you how to walk into jail though?
Dude, it's my first time. My boy Woody says, "Oh, you got to tear it up and this and that." So, for what? Warren, you'll understand. So the first day I went in, I sat on my bunk. Guy sitting here, guy sitting here, guy sitting there, guy sitting there. It's like, hey, what size are those shoes? And I'm like, I don't know. Let me see. I didn't know.
my gosh,
I didn't know.
Sammy.
This is my first. Dude,
Yeah,
I'm
I
16.
heard.
I've never been locked
got
up
it.
before, right?
Yeah.
I look. Oh, it says, take them off. I said, what do you take them off? I said, take them off. And it's like all of a sudden, I see a razor. I see a shank. No problem. Here you go.
Yeah.
So they gave me some beat up wallabies.
Yeah.
Back then. And then they called Juma. I ended up going to Juma, and basically they said, "What house are you in?" Da 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 da. Don't worry about it. We got you. So what happened was, the next day, right? They gave me what I needed, some tools.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
I went at it. And
Yeah.
I got my stuff back.
Yeah.
And after that,
You had to.
After that, they called me Mighty Whitey.
It doesn't take but one or two.
And I just boom, 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 boom. And then, you know, there was another time when I got tried in court. Not tried in court, but basically in the
Right.
court cells. You know, they tried me again.
Right.
Basically, I didn't have anything on me. There was about 6 guys. A bunch of them were razors. I'm not trying to get cut up.
Right.
So there you go. Went to the next, when they were transferred back to Rikers, the same guys, dude, they were crying. I had these guys crying, you know, because I had all my boys that, you know.
Yep. But they don't really understand crazy sometimes.
No. Like, I'm not stupid. You know, I'm
Right.
crazy, but I'm
Right.
not stupid.
No, you-
I plot.
It's the art of war.
Yeah.
You pick your battleground.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I plot.
absolutely.
I know when
I'm
to-
patient.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Years. You ever waited years on
Oh,
some
yeah.
of them?
What's
yeah,
that
I got
saying?
a few right
Revenge-
now.
Revenge is best served cold.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I'm also trying to remember that that I'm not even good with justifiable vengeance.
What's that?
Exactly. Where I know I'm right.
I'm
Golly.
always right. What are you talking about?
Oh my gosh, you and me both, man. I wish I didn't
I
understand
may not.
that.
I may not always be right. No, I can't say that. I may not always be right, but I'm never wrong.
Yeah. No. I hope I'm growing out of that. I think I am.
Oh,
a
I
little
have.
bit.
I have.
I think you have too.
I've
No, the part I know. Of you.
compared to where I was then to where I'm at
Yeah.
now. Oh,
I mean,
you
because
wouldn't
this is a
recognize me.
life. So you're in jail for how long?
Basically, first time I was in there for about a month and a half, and then I got basically because of my mom's lawsuit, because we were suing the bill. My lawyer
Right.
bailed me out. I got oral art actually after a month and a half in Rikers. Then I got picked up again for warrant because I never went to court. Dude, I didn't care.
I mean, you're out, right?
Yeah, I'm out. I don't care. Court. I ended up doing 4 months in there. And then that's when I got the call. Basically, how we used to communicate with my dad, he wouldn't call the house because
Right.
the house is tapped.
Right.
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 Back then we had payphones. Remember?
Right. Oh,
you know what a
absolutely.
payphone is?
Absolutely.
But we used to be able to call into the payphone. He would call into the payphone at a certain time. Hey, I'm going to call you at this time. We'd be at the payphone. Blah 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 blah. He says, because he was in Europe at that time.
Right.
When he took off. And he had,
But it shouldn't even be a payphone near y'all. It's probably a little bit further away.
yeah, so it's like 7, 8 blocks
right,
down.
exactly.
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. And not on the corner.
Because they'll tap that one.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
They
Right.
Because the thing is organized crime.
Right.
So, he's like, I'm going to Canada, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Now, I just got out of jail. I had no money, no nothing. I didn't have an apartment. This is when I was on the subway system. This is when I was homeless. And I said I would never feel like this again, because I remember those doors, man. When the train would come, it was middle of winter, right? And those doors would go ping, bang, and a blast of cold air would come in, and I would shiver. After 2 weeks of that, I was like, never again. I will never feel this coldness again in my life.
And so no family or friends from the Albanian community?
No, because the thing is, it's like, that's why I don't mess around with Albanians, because they're all
Understood.
piece of shits.
And that's my point. I don't even know if it's just Albania. It's people use the word community.
Yeah.
And I watch
it's-
African Americans killing African Americans and and whites killing white. I mean, you don't know.
And not one, after my mom passed away, not one of those Albanians, right, that would praise my mom. She said would come and check on us.
Yeah.
Or see how my dad's doing.
Yeah.
And my dad and my mom honestly brought so many of them over.
Yeah.
Let me give you a perfect example. My aunt, with my cousin, he basically supported her in Italy for 2 years before she was able to get papers to come here, and he took care of them, right? So he sponsored them and everything and took care of them. I mean, she won $8 million in New York State lottery. We didn't see a dime, right? And more stories.
No payback at all. No.
None.
Yeah.
Just
Greed
nothing.
is a crazy
I'm
thing.
telling you, not even that. And the money that she was when we were living together, and when we were living with her, the money she was getting was from my mom's Social Security, disability, all this. My dad giving her money, all that other
Right.
stuff, So no money out of her pocket. She was making more money taking care of us, than doing anything else, right? And so what happened was basically after I got out of Rikers, I was on the train.
Right, you're homeless.
Yeah, I'm homeless. I have no money, this and that. And my dad basically, he's like, I don't know how I managed, but I ended up, and he called one day. I don't know how it happened. I don't remember exactly the whole scenario, how it happened, but.
Were you depressed when you were homeless?
No. I just I said I would never be this way again.
You knew there was a way out? You knew you'd get out?
I was a hustler. I managed to always make something out of nothing. I always did. And got to the point where I was like, I ended up basically I started getting into counterfeit.
Mm-hmm. Money?
Yeah, counterfeit money.
Wow. You got to be good at that.
I didn't make it.
Right. Okay, you just knew people.
Yeah, I knew.
Right.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
it's not what
Yeah.
you know, it's who you
Yeah.
know. Hey.
Yeah. Hey, forget about it.
So, ended up buying $100 bills. Right. If you took a look at these counterfeit bills, dude, it was like it was made out of a photocopy machine, dude. That's how horrible these things are. I paid like $10 for them back then.
And you're
right?
thinking you're really going to do this?
Oh, I absolutely did, dude.
Did you have to cut them or were they already cut?
No, they were already cut. I'd go to like a Carvel with a 13
so this
year
is
old.
1980.
86, 84,
Okay,
85,
all right,
around that
all right.
time. 80, 85,
We don't even have the
86.
markers back then, I don't think.
No.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, dude,
Yeah.
it's at $100. You go
Yeah.
back there, you go to a kid that's behind the counter, it's 13,
Yeah.
14 years, doesn't know any better. Hey, let me get a milkshake. You know,
Yes.
milkshake for $1.50
Oh,
back then.
gosh.
And I get $98.50 back and take off. Go to a pizza shop. Let me get a slice of pizza.
Yeah.
Give me a $100 bill. You know, it's like, I said,
But then they start picking up as once they didn't get cashed in, and then you come walking back in again.
dude.
That's awesome.
So
I guess New York's bigger than I think.
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's huge. You know, there's so many people. It's like, you know, but I ended up basically get to the point where I finally found out my father actually went to. I spoke to him. He says, "Well, I'm going to Toronto. I'll meet you there." Right. And I didn't know where in Toronto or none of that
Right.
stuff. And we lost contact.
Right.
Right. And I said, you know what? The hell with it. I'm going up to Canada. And here's the crazy part, right? I don't know if there is a God or there is a God, but it's a miracle, right? Because what happened was I ended up buying a ticket, right? I had my passport. I don't know how I still have my passport, but I had my passport. Went up to Toronto, and just one day, I was there for about 2-3 days, just wandering around aimlessly, right? Just aimlessly wandering.
Do you have
around.
money?
Yeah, I had, you know,
Okay.
a few
So-
$100s,
okay,
you know,
gotcha.
from the counterfeit money.
Right.
Yeah, you know. And I said, you know, let me see what's going on. Maybe I can find him. And Toronto's not a small city.
No.
You know, it's not a small city.
No.
So I said, you know, I'll have some money. I'll be able to live for a few days. And if anything worse comes to worse, I'll go back to Brooklyn.
Right.
I walk into this one store, and the guy looked at me. He goes, "You okay, man?" No, I'm just trying to find my father, this and that. He goes, "Well, maybe I can help you. What's your father's name?" I said, "Trust me, you probably don't fucking know his name." Right? And this is when he has alias.
Right.
I said, "His name is Benny." I said, "Benny what?" Bernardo Vigliano, Benny Vigliano. He goes, "You mean the Italian guy that speaks Serbian?" I said, "Well, huh?"
There
What are you talking
can't be but one of those.
No, it's like, what? Because my dad spoke Serbian,
Right.
because Albanian. Basically, that's
Right.
how we ended up speaking all these languages.
Right.
I know him. I said, "What do you mean? Get the fuck out of here." I'm thinking this guy's a molester or something. Like
Right.
that. Back then in the 80s,
Right.
everybody's, you know, scheming and stuff
Right.
like that. So I was like, "Are you nuts?" I said, "Hold on." It's talking in Serbian. Da, 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 da. Yeah, your dad works for Sun Steel. Da, da, da. And hello? Sammy? Bob? What? Dude, we found each other, dude. I don't know how it happened, where it happened, nothing like that. Just we ended up finding each other. He was working at this company up in Vaughan, which is north of Toronto.
Wow.
Ended up finding it basically. Now, here we go.
Now, was that a good thing? So,
Well, it was for a little while.
right.
Because then I started working with him doing construction, basically steel erection, steel, and this and that. And we were scheming.
Right.
You know, we were
But
scheming it.
when you said steel,
Yeah. So, but, you know, we made arrangements. Basically, we were going to India, bringing heroin. We had the connections already set up. And now he's on the
you're
run.
flying to India?
Oh, yeah. He's on the run with a fake passport. You know.
Oh, he was all over the place.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, I basically, so what happened was, you know, he'd bring it from India to Toronto. I'd take it from Toronto to New York. So we had this thing running.
But getting from Toronto back into the States, even then, wasn't easy, right?
It wasn't that hard.
Okay.
It
Because they've
wasn't-
gotten very difficult now.
Oh, now it's impossible. Back
Yeah.
then it was a little easier. You carried on your body. They weren't. There was a lot of things.
There was
that-
no X-ray. I mean, no, you're right, where they
Yeah.
could see through.
Yeah, dude, I was bringing keys of heroin from Toronto because my dad
Were
was
you
bringing-
doing heroin at the time?
No, not yet.
Okay.
No, I was drinking.
We got you. Yeah.
It's like I didn't, but because just
Yeah.
wasn't. Then then this is the best part, right? This is good. We had about 7-8 months run. We made really a lot of money. October 1988. I ended up. I was working illegally. I had false papers and all this other stuff. I was doing door-to-door sales, and that's when I got hit by the car. I had my American passport on me, my real name. Right?
Oh no.
Right? So what happened was, you know,
Right. They put it together.
They put about 7-8 months later, They're following my dad. My dad's in Europe, blah, 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 da, 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 da. And one day, I went out to go, with some friends, and I come back to the house. I open the door, and I see the chain on, and I'm like, some white man, look like you, exactly like you, I swear to God. Some white man I was like, who the fuck are you? He goes, who the fuck are you? I said, no, who the fuck are you in my house? You live here? I said, yeah, hold on a second. Open the door if you let me in. I'm like, yo, what the fuck's going on here? And then all of a sudden,
That's a bunch of police?
I hear radios. That's
jeez.
and then I see the heroin on the table because my dad had just came back from India with 2
Oh
kilos of heroin.
gosh.
And they go, you know what this is? I said, I don't know. It looks like fucking brown sugar. I don't know what the fuck it is. What are you
Right.
talking about? And you sure? I said, yeah, I'm sure. So basically, they said, what's your name? I said, Sammy Vigliano. It's like, what's your name, your real name? I said, Sammy Vigliano. My dad's like, don't worry about it, Sammy. Tell me your real name. I said, Sammy fucking Muslia. You fucking coppers.
How old are you?
I was 19.
Wow.
18, 19. No, it was 20 years old. Almost 20 years old.
Wow,
This is
you're in
after
your
the accident.
prime in that.
Yeah. So I was a hardcore gangster.
Right.
I'd say.
Right.
I had the mentality, the
yeah.
lifestyle,
Oh, yeah.
and just the money,
Right.
the
And the
jewelry,
friends. To keep it going. Yep. And so what happened there?
They ended up arresting me because now here's the best part is my mom's best friend became my stepmother.
Really?
Yeah. So my dad, forget about it. So they ended up arresting all 3 of us. We ended up getting locked up. My father took the rap of the heroin. They let me go, let her go, and of course, that's when I ended up, started getting involved in drugs in Toronto. I was, dealing coke. I had the connections, and I had a big thing going to coke in Toronto, and every single nightclub, every strip club, dude, every fucking strip club I went to.
I rest my case, Dave.
Oh yeah.
What case did you have going?
Jacksonville. So,
And the strip clubs up there are not like here. There's full nudity, the whole
Yeah.
gambit, the whole night.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, beautiful women, and they're all cokeheads.
strip clubs, let's stop for a second. Strip clubs are different today.
No,
what-
up here that's the same they've always been. You can't. You're not supposed to show nipples. And
No,
you gotta
no,
have
no,
cover.
no, no. I'm talking about the
And Toronto-
mentality of the people. So back in the day, it was
It was classy. It was a
it
little
was
classy.
it was all of us sitting around
Yeah.
and chit chatting,
Yeah.
and a girl would come by. Now it's how much ones you can throw up in the air.
It's
These guys, they've gotten where they're just throwing thousands. And I got with all these boys, and they're at these clubs. I'm like, I am not throwing money. Y'all throw your money up in the air. And it was just. But what I really noticed was there were not groups of guys just sitting around talking, oblivious to everybody else around. They were a bunch of drones sitting at the club, and they're all just staring. I walked in, and no one.
Now it's different. Yeah, it's back
Weirdos.
then, we did business there.
Yeah, but it is like it's become just nothing but weirdos. Where it used to be some normal dudes just hanging out after work and being gone.
I didn't go
Weird
there. I
to
didn't go. I was drinking and that stuff, whatever. But it was, for me, it's just business.
Yeah.
I do business transactions. One of my friends owned one of a few of the
Yeah.
joints and stuff like that.
And it's a
So
cash business, man. You can float so easy.
that's why I had a few
That's-
friends in there.
I know. I was
laundering
looking
money
at.
and all
I
that
know.
Stuff,
Yeah, that's
And-
what. Yeah.
so it got to the point where we ended up opening up an after hours. I ended up opening a
Me
casino.
too. You did it better. Go
I
ahead.
ended up opening a casino, basically a blackjack casino, like after hours
I
casino.
did not
which
go
was
that
like-
far.
I was making a lot of money.
Oh,
I was making
yeah.
a lot of money.
Yeah.
Then I met my soon-to-be ex-wife. I met my ex-wife then. We basically fell in love and this and that. I met her at my one of my after hours, and but I met her before because it was a nightclub. And
Was she
all
in
this-
love with the lifestyle or?
Oh no, she was a goody.
Yep.
Catholic.
Isn't that crazy?
I'm telling you, dude, I picked some winners, bro. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I know wholesome women.
Yeah.
Right, and
Me
that's what I
too.
want. It's like that's how I ended up having my kids. With she was a great woman. I screwed her up.
Yeah.
I screwed her big time.
Yeah. Good mom. Good-
great
yeah.
mom, great wife, great everything. It just,
You say it so casually as she walks away.
huh?
You say it so casually as she walks away.
Oh, it's because there's nothing I can do about it. I wasn't ready for a good relationship. I didn't know how to have a good relationship.
Even now.
And now I do. I know what I want, what I'm looking for, and everything
Yeah.
like that. It's like I know what I don't want.
Yeah.
And it's I'm not. I'm not.
But saying goodbye
I'm
for
not,
you is easier.
Yeah, because I'm so used to doing
I know.
it,
I
know,
get it.
You know,
I get it.
it's for me. I have that's one of my
Building
issues.
really deep relationships
I
is
don't have
I
any.
don't have them.
I don't have deep.
I don't know
relationships.
how.
Yeah, I have no clue because my.
Because you're gonna try to gut me, or I'm gonna have to gut you.
Yeah.
And I
not
don't
even
mean that like physically.
Yeah, no, I know what you
you
mean. I know
know.
what you mean, but it's not even that. It's because I don't want anybody to know who I really am.
Yeah.
So what I do is I'll get those relationships and I'll self-sabotage, saying I do stupid stuff just so you can leave me. See, I told you, you would leave me before I leave you.
Yep.
But meanwhile, it's my actions that cause you to leave me.
Yeah.
You know, she was a great woman. She's a great family. And one thing I have to say is because of her, you know, it's like I always had what I always wanted was a family.
Yeah.
She gave me that.
Yeah.
You know, and then when we ended up splitting up, you know, because the lifestyle,
yeah.
ended up going to prison. You
Yeah.
know, just I got charged. I had a 56 count indictment, organized crime, kingpin, murder. Dude, I got charged-
Racketeering and all.
yeah, I got
They're
charged-
dumping all that
I
on
got
you.
charged with 56 counts.
Because Giuliani was
I'm look,
dumping it.
I was looking at life in prison. That's how bad they had. They, you know, ended up only doing 2 years.
Was it a good attorney that helped?
Yeah, yeah. It cost me a fortune, dude. I went into the feds a rich man. I had like $3.7 million before I went into the feds. Came out the feds poor as a pauper. I didn't have a dime to my name. But the thing is, it's like it was worth it because I still had my freedom.
Right. Do you think anybody ever goes in and knows they're going in and then puts money aside so that they can?
Yeah, I did.
And then
I always had money, rainy day money for the attorneys.
Yeah. Then they act like a pauper, but they really have money, so they have to have a job.
Oh yeah, yeah. My uncle did that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
We're not stupid.
Yeah. No, they get into all kinds of businesses.
Perfect example.
Furniture businthis. They get into
and
and
cash
telecom.
business, cash
they get
business.
into Oh, I love cash business.
It's like
That's why I'm trying to get into wholesaling.
Put it this way: when the feds came, nothing was in my name.
Yeah.
Not a damn thing. I didn't have a thing. Of maybe my card. That was it. You know, I had money and this and that.
Yeah.
Bank has it, but the house, everything else on the.
And back then they couldn't trace it. Now
they could, but the thing is, she was working, so they couldn't say it was ill-gotten gains.
Gotcha.
You know.
And you can talk about this now, and you don't have to worry about.
Oh, it's statute of limitations. I already served time for it. They found me not guilty. No,
Gotcha.
double jeopardy. All this
Gotcha.
other stuff. Yeah.
That's nice. So when did it start getting old, or did it, or has it? And I don't mean that like you're still in that lifestyle, but
in my 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like.
And did you come to that realization on your own, or did you have men in your life?
No, I kept wondering, why do I end up in the same place I always do?
And were more and more friends dying or going to jail?
Yeah. Then all of a sudden everybody's ratting on each other now. You know,
that sort of helps you get encouraged to leave.
I ended up my cousin ended up ratting on us. So that's how that whole crew got popped. You know, and you know.
Is he still around?
We were part of the Bulls crew.
Right. Wow.
You know, so it's just like I don't know if he's.
It got really mouthy in that crew.
It was
everybody
there was no
was
honor amongst these.
No, they were showing it. Everything they got, they showed so fast.
It all started. It all
his
stemmed
ego.
It all stemmed from when John and Sammy and all this other stuff. Everybody started ratting on each other, and everybody thought it was okay to rat and this and that, and then that's how it ended up being. It was like, you know, I was born too late for the lifestyle. Yeah, you know, because then all of a sudden I got caught up with some stuff that, you know, ended up doing time just for a tax evasion.
Right.
You know, they couldn't get me on anything else because of the stuff that I did with only certain few people.
Right.
You know, and those guys kept it real. They kept their mouth shut.
Right.
They took their time like a champ. You know, and that was, you know, I got out of prison, and you know, that's when I started, you know, my sober journey.
Yeah. And it was all self-induced. You were done.
Yeah. I was done with that lifestyle.
With that lifestyle. And you knew that alcohol played a major part in that? Or was
I
there
didn't
drug
know
involved?
Okay. I didn't. There was also drugs involved in that too, but it's like I stopped it. But drugs weren't my problem. You know?
Right. That was a solution, man. What are you talking about?
Not even that was, you know, I didn't know what was my problem.
Yeah.
Because when I was locked up, I was reading a lot of self-help books and, you know, trying to figure out, why do I keep doing the same shit over and over again? Why do I think this is okay? There was something inside of me telling me, it's like, you know,
because it wasn't religion, it wasn't church.
No, there was something in me, innate me. It's like some people lost their lives and this
Yeah.
and that, and it didn't
got
sit
real.
well with me. Yeah, and it didn't sit well with me, and just the things I was doing. I ended up, the one thing that ate at me, right? Because I'm not a violent person. Well, I can't say, I am, but I'm not,
Yeah.
But there was no hatred in my heart, right? But there was one situation where we robbed a Snap-on tool truck, right? Innocent fucking guy, just like you,
Right.
right? We ran up on him on the gun, right? We grabbed him off the truck, put him on the floor. My brother jumped on the fucking truck. I put the gun in the guy's mouth. I said, look, you open your motherfucking mouth. I took your wallet. I said, I know where the fuck you live. I'm coming for you and your family. And that's when because I was messing with, all crazy shit,
Right.
drugs and alcohol. It took me to
Right.
that point, right?
Right.
And I meant it,
Yeah.
right? And then, when I got locked up for that, they said, that guy you put that gun, he's scared to death. He's never going to testify. That the feds were telling me that.
Right.
It's like, of course,
Right.
I'd be fucking scared too.
Right.
And when he said that to me, I was like, oh my God, I'm an animal.
That really hit you.
Like a heartbeat. Not the guy that got killed in a robbery,
Yeah.
but doing that to an innocent man.
Yeah. Just a common dad. It started making it the human side started kicking in.
Yeah, and it was like, my God, I'm an animal. Seriously, it's like that, when I say it all the time, it's like I have this animal caged up inside of me, and trust me, I have titanium bars around this animal, but he could still get out. And
So how do you put those bars around that animal?
showing up to a meeting on a daily basis, man.
Yeah.
And just God, good
Yeah.
orderly direction, man.
Yeah.
For me, I have morals. I know the difference between right and wrong. Before I didn't know. I didn't
Yeah.
know there was a right and wrong. I didn't know there was, it's just all I knew was that. That
Violence was
lifestyle.
the answer.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all I knew. Because growing up, it was violent. My whole life was
Yeah.
violence, and that's the Albanian culture too. It's violent.
And your dad later on though began to try to.
Yes, because he was
obviously
like,
he saw.
Yeah, he saw I was leading the same lifestyle
Yeah.
he was, and he was trying, and he was preaching to me from prison. Like,
Yeah.
who the fuck are you to
Right,
tell me? Bro?
exactly.
Get the fuck out of here.
Right. Right.
So
Do you hear his words now? I mean, were there truths in what he said today?
the only thing I ever say today that I remember he ever said to me, because nothing else I ever heard, because I didn't.
Right.
Says, it's better to arrive 15 minutes late than not arrive at all with driving. That's the only thing I've ever taken from him. Everything else, up yours. Get the fuck out of here. You're going to try to tell me how to raise my kid? You're going to tell me how to live my life? Yeah, get the fuck out of here. And there's another thing, too. It's like I have, I forgive my father, right? But I don't forget because there's some stuff that, he did that still doesn't sit well with me.
Yeah.
I don't have resentments towards him or anything. It just doesn't sit well with me because the thing is, I wish he would have did it for his own sanity, for his own heart.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if what he said and did, pearly gates were opened up for him. I don't know. But
Any relationship with your brother and sister?
oh yeah, I made my brother tight. My sister passed away during COVID. She had OCP. They tried to blame it on COVID, but it was something else. But,
Right.
And we were tight. My sister, when she died, I was devastated.
Yeah.
I was in my addiction and everything like that, but I was devastated. She was like, the link to my mom.
Yeah. So your sober journey started at a pretty young age.
I was basically, when I got out of prison, I was based to September 14th, 1997.
Right. And then was there a time where you just gave that up and went back out?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
did you get back in that lifestyle as well? Or
Yes.
isn't that interesting? Did it come fast and quick? I mean,
God, dude.
how fast did you jump back in?
I got it, dude. I was telling you, it's crazy.
Because I've said some things to Dave about Jacksonville, and I'm like, dude, it can come quick.
I had, after getting out of prison and everything, I started working, doing the right thing, got into telecommunications, making good money. Dude, I had a beautiful home, in Jersey. $800,000 home. I had fucking
Where in
Jaguar.
Jersey?
Ridgewood.
Okay, you were Middleton, right?
Middlesex.
Middlesex.
Yeah, I was in Bergen County.
Okay.
Yeah, and I had the Jaguar. She had the Beamer. Beautiful
Right.
house. The kids, great neighbor. This and
Right.
that. There I was making money out the wazoo.
Right.
And I was going to meetings. I was doing the right thing.
Right.
And all that stuff. Life was great. Right. And then I kept hearing the same thing. Jesus is going to save you. Jesus is going to save you. And God's going to keep you sober. God's going to keep you sober. God's going to keep you sober. And I kept hearing that. I was like, all right, let me go check out this church thing. You know, so I went from being a Muslim to converting to Catholicism, started getting involved with the Catholic Church, and started teaching CCD, reading the Bible, RCIA. I was so
Because we
involved with
dive
church.
in.
Oh yeah, 100%. I
Yeah.
got so enthralled in this, right?
Yeah.
Now the best part is this: I found God, but I picked up heroin. What? That made no sense to me. I was like, how did I was like, what happened? What's this? I didn't get it. You people tell me God's going to keep me sober. God's going to keep me sober. And I realized God didn't do a damn thing. I'm not saying that, I made a decision.
Yeah.
It's like, it was because I stopped.
Was it who you hung around that
No.
started it?
No. Just one day, I just went to the neighborhood and give me a
Said,
bag.
"Fuck it"?
I said, fuck it.
Case
Why?
of the fuck it's like we say.
But this is why, right? Because I stopped going to meetings. I stopped being around that,
That daily spiritual maintenance.
yeah. I was getting the religious part, right?
Yeah.
I was getting the religious part.
Yeah.
I was teaching and doing it. I was preaching.
Yeah.
There's a difference. I was preaching and teaching instead of receiving
Yeah.
the spirituality, right? So that's, and then
So you're on heroin for how long? Oh, that was a journey. I heard that.
13 years.
Holy mackerel. How the heck did you survive 13 years on heroin? Your veins still, did you?
No, I didn't. But
Okay,
I
so you
sniffed.
smoked it?
I was scared. That's why I don't have tattoos, because I'm scared of death of needles.
Okay, well, that probably saved your life. Because heroin, I mean,
But the
13
heroin now is like, you can sniff it, doesn't matter. Same shit. But I was getting clean cut stuff, not street stuff.
Yeah, that's right. You're way up the line.
I don't pay.
They
I don't
cut
pay
it after you.
I don't pay retail prices,
Right,
bro. I pay
exactly.
wholesale prices. Right? Like I remember that 600 grams of heroin. I paid wholesale for that. So what happened was basically, I stopped going to meetings, stopped calling sponsors, stopped, helping guys out, stopped doing stuff like that because I found God and church and everything. And just one day, I used an excuse, whatever excuse. I don't remember what the excuse was, but I just ended up saying, you know what, fuck, I don't want. Just life is too stressful. This and that.
Yeah.
I wasn't talking to anybody. I wasn't, ended up doing heroin. And 13 years. The best part is this, right? Here's the best part, Brett. I was still going to meetings every now and then, and I was telling you people how to stay sober. Meanwhile, I'm in the rooms. Not now from heroin. This is how you stay sober. This is how you stay sober, right? And now this, I met, my mom, the kids, the woman I'm with now.
Right.
And, this is when really happened. This is when I ended up picking up heroin, right? Because it was 2009 I met her, 2010. And I was sober and clean all that time. From the time I was like 13 years clean, sober. I got divorced. I lived in Europe for 5 years, came back, and ended up...
What sent you to Europe?
Huh? I lived in Europe, Switzerland for 5 years.
Switzerland. What sent you to Switzerland?
Work. Because I would basically have, it's like when I was sober and clean, I was working for Quest Communications. I got laid off. I was basically top salesman. Dude, alcoholics and addicts are the best fucking salesmen in the world.
We're good.
Oh, we're good. We're good at what we do.
And we can rebuild fast.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Dude,
Yeah.
that's why when I got divorced, I gave my ex-wife everything. I gave her the house, gave her the car.
I told my wife, if it ever happened, you can have it all.
Because I'm going to get...
I said, I'll take the debt, you take
I'm a
everything
money
else.
maker.
Yeah.
I've always been a hustler money
Yeah.
maker. So it's like the whole thing.
And that's not arrogance. I've seen it.
No,
I've seen it in the rooms.
I've done it.
Yes.
Not once, but a few times.
Yeah.
So what happened? I ended up moving to Europe. Dude, party central. And I wasn't drinking.
Switzerland is like...
Dude,
Yeah.
dude, you have no...
Well, my brother-in-law's wife is from Holland.
Dude, you have no clue, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm 40 years old.
Yeah, Amsterdam's right there.
Nah, forget Amsterdam. You don't need Amsterdam, dude.
Yeah.
The Albanians. They're all over Europe. Remember, we're in Europe.
Yes.
And I know people. I got family all over the place. So
Wow.
I wasn't drinking.
Yeah.
I was dabbling here and there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Coke.
Bada boom,
I
bada bing.
wasn't doing heroin. I was doing coke.
Yeah.
But but I was sober.
Yeah. Of course.
Okay,
Yeah.
like the mind. It's the greatest thing in the world. This thing, eh? So, uh, but and life was great there, dude.
Yeah.
And basically, I got divorced. My boys were a little older. It was like 14, 15, and like 18. And
Are they living stateside? Or
stateside. They were stateside.
Okay.
I was in Europe, but they'd come come up summertime
Right.
because I'd be able to take 6 weeks off. I had a great life there. But then
Yeah.
my sons were like, "Dad, we really want you home. We want you here." And I came back, and it didn't take me long. I ended up, becoming a partner in a restaurant in New York City. Invested in this and that, and I met the woman who I'm with now. And after about 6 months, dude, I've never felt love like this before. Like I loved my ex-wife, but
Right.
it wasn't the same. But now it was different, and it scared the life out of me. It scared me for the first time. Somebody actually loved me for me, and I loved them. And I couldn't explain the feeling that I had. It scared me. It scared me so much. I ended up picking up heroin because of it.
Wow.
It scared the life out of me because I didn't think I deserved it.
Dealing with things going right. We're so used to chaos.
I didn't think, and that was used to chaos. It was normal stuff
Right.
for me, right?
Right.
I just didn't think I deserved the love she was giving me, so I sabotaged it. And this woman is like, basically, when I finally got sober, she sent me a meme. I gave her. She said it was like this thing. It's like I gave her 1,000,000 reasons to leave me. She chose none. She loved me at my worst, and that thing made me cry. But now it's but.
And then now,
Yeah, now it's we're splitting up and everything, but the reason being is I was we were together for 6 months, and before I picked up, and for the past 12 years I was high.
yeah. And now she's learning a sober you.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like now I see the real her too, because I was so numb to what she really was and her anxiety and this and that.
Because she allowed you to do what you wanted to do without asking questions.
No, not even that, dude. She wasn't the first one
Yeah.
where she kept her mouth shut. This one's
Yeah.
a fucking an animal. She's the typical she's
Like an
Irish,
Italian.
Irish Jew. It's like,
I
hey,
gotcha.
Italian, forget it. What time is it?
Yeah.
'Cause my son's got baseball practice. Oh, I gotta get going.
Yeah, we're 5:30. Let me ask you something. So, how do you get out of all that and get back to normality?
What do you mean?
I mean, how do you lay all that down? I mean, that's a life experiences. I mean, that is wars. That's PTSD in a different version. It may not be military. I mean, all the lifestyle you think, the things you've seen.
My past is perfect.
Meaning,
I can't change it.
yeah,
It is absolutely perfect. It's exactly the way it was supposed to be.
yeah,
It's okay for me to look at my past. I just stop staring.
yeah. Those are life hacks, by the way, sir. Yeah.
Honestly, and that's besides being shot, stabbed, homeless, mom, this and that, dude.
Well, you're coming back if you're willing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely. Yeah, we
there's
still
so
have a lot
much
more. Yes, there's a lot more to peel.
peel away.
It's the artichoke, not the onion.
Yeah.
You know
It's
why
the
I say artichoke?
Why?
Because when you peel away the layers of the artichoke, you get to the heart of the problem.
There you go. I like that.
There's a life hack for you.
Yeah. Sammy, thank you so much for
You're
sitting with
welcome,
us on
bro.
episode
Yeah.
15. I would say by episode 22, we're going to have him back on here because we got a lot to talk about. Thank you so much. Thank y'all. Like and subscribe to come hear Sammy so you get notified. Hey, listen, start commenting what you want to see. Help me find guests. See you soon.
Concrete in the dirt I was raised on. Know how to put in work.
Sammy.
Running all day, you know it's game on. My skin is thick as tough. Running, yeah, we stay alive.
That was, I mean, there was a lot of great stories, but there's life.